well and well met. Welcome to a very special episode of Westgate Irregulars. No, it's not the one where Stong gets addicted to caffeine pills. We have a guest DM tonight. Our intrepid DM is out, and instead we will be hosted by Susan J. Morris.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for coming. Susan, if you don't know, was the longtime editor for Forgotten Realms novels, responsible for making people like Eric and me, and even Ed Greenwood, sound a lot smarter. She is the creator of DnD for Kids, the author of many of the practical guides put out by Mirrorstone, and the Fairy Locket. And you may also know her as the master moderator for the Writers' Symposium at Gen Con, where, again, she makes us all look a lot smarter. So hopefully that will also apply tonight, and we will all be I'm Erin M. Evans. I am the author of the Brimstone Angels Saga, a 6-book series that follows tiefling twins as they cross the Forgotten Realms, preventing the Nine Hells from getting their way. I'm also going to tell you about our sponsors. I have too many things to read tonight, guys. I forgot to pull up this one. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons and Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, including Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angel Saga. The game is available for PC and Mac, on Steam and web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices.
All beep bop boop devices. That's just we should just shorten it. All devices that go beep bop boop. It's covered. Yeah,
like R2D2.
This week, they have debuted the Liar's Night event, which kind of goes along with our Thief's Night. They're not the same thing, but it's a lot of doing stuff you're not supposed to do. As well as the champion Esmeralda Davenier, which I think I said right. And if you watched Champions of Lore this Monday, you will have seen me stumble over it many a time. For more information, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check them out at idlechampions.com. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, you're probably here for a gold chest code. So if you type the command that's on the overlay there or there, I never know which way I'm supposed to point. It's down there. You type in that code and it will give you a code for the gold chest. Stick around, tell us what you got. Let us know if you got something shiny.
Hey, I'm Rhiannon Held. I write urban fantasy is Rhiannon Held, and space opera is RZ Held. And usually I'm saying we're all authors, check out our books. But this week, we are going to be participating on November 7th in Extra Life. So go ahead and check out our page through our website, dungeonscrawlers.com, and look into the incentives. One of the incentives, to bring it back around to being writers, is a tie-in short story from me. So check it out, and we'll be gaming on the 7th.
Hi, I'm Yang Yang Wang. I am a writer and a filmmaker. Yeah, totally check out our Extra Life. Today I just unlocked my milestone, so I'll be releasing some song drafts that from Stong's unreleased song.
The release ones are so awesome. I can't wait to hear what the.
Hi, my name is Stephen Merlino. I am an author and a teacher.
Hi, I'm Rainey Henderson, human catapult tester.
How do you make a career of that? It seems like you get one and done.
The work has been slim. I really haven't been asked to since like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Kevin Costner. Like I tested out the one that Christian Slater got flung over the wall with, and they just don't use them as often as I thought they would in movies. It's one of those degrees, it's like a, I don't know, English major or philosophy major or something. It's like, what do I do now?
All right, that's
you,
all
Susan.
we have to say, Susan. Now it's your turn.
All right.
She's like, what?
About a 10-day ago, you all received gilded invitations to the Barad Oniad's masquerade. As you know, this is on Thief's Night, and anything you steal that night, if you aren't caught, and you can keep it on your character until dawn, is yours. If you get caught, you are, of course, punished most severely. So, as it is a masquerade, I'm assuming all of you have decked yourself out in amazing costumes. Can you tell everyone what you look like for the evening?
Sturge is looking just like this. The only thing he did any different than usual is the mask that conceals his nose, so no one knows who he is.
Because we would never guess that was you.
Well, we wouldn't, but the other guests, they don't know him necessarily.
True. Very good.
Yeah, so Stong is wearing a very nice black doublet, but slightly too tight, like green felt pants, and like a hood that looks like a bear's head over his face, because he went to go consult with his adopted daughter Mirabelle, and he asked Mirabelle, "Girl, what do you think is really fancy? Help your dad pick out his outfit." And she thought that bears are the fanciest. So there we go.
Good taste.
Rogar is quite the fan of bears as well. So Rogar's in his formal cleric gear. So I put on my formal wear here. It's just, which is basically like his normal gear, except for he polished up his armor, and he spiffed up his beautiful tabard, and made sure the symbol of Sharian Lara was nice and shiny on it. And normally he would he has his little helmet that he wears, but he did, in formal circumstances he'll wear like a circlet, and this time it's usually iron, but he bought this one in the shop, and he saw this one in a shop and he liked it and snagged it, and not at all because it reminds him of Ruin and he's missing his.
Artemisia dressed me, so
should I do us both at the same time?
elegant.
So Artemisia is a little bit like this. So she's got a similar mask. She is dressed as the symbol, in a way that makes it sort of seem like that probably since she's from Aglarond and her stepmother is a powerful wizard, like the kind of parties that her stepmother would take her to as a teen, like there are probably like 3 different symbols at like each of those parties. But she seems like she's maybe realizing that actually this costume is a little bit more apt than she just like threw it on, and she's like, wait, powerful sorcerer. So what she's done is that she uses her minor illusion cantrip like when making an entrance, but otherwise like she lets it sort of fall away because it's only a minute. She doesn't need to do cantrips every minute for the entire evening. So the minor illusion makes her hair look white. And when the minor illusion is not up, her hair is down, and it's actually quite long, which you wouldn't know because she always has it braided up. And it's sort of, her natural color is, sorry, my phone.
Pause for a lore bot. The symbol is the legendary Witch Queen of Aglarond.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Not a witch, though, just for the record.
No, sorcerer. Her normal hair color is sort of this kind of like really bland brown that's almost kind of gray. And it has no body. It's just like really fine and straight. So she tried to use colors and kind of. But she's got a great like black dress and really intricate black mask and all that. So.
How did you dress Cecilia?
So Cecilia, going off of Coyote, and Coyote from somebody who has not necessarily seen a coyote, but
I have no idea what I was talking about.
But like they're kind of like wolves, but smaller apparently, and like maybe a little bit more brown. But she did go brown, and snow was involved somewhere. So this
live in the forest in the snow.
Apparently.
And you did see at one time at Big Edna's, Rogar got really drunk and did coyote ugly dancing on the bar, and so you heard the term and you're like, "What's that?" Oh, coyote.
And then the dress that goes with the mask, as you can see, the mask is got lots of layers, lots of sort of like fashionably uneven hemlines, going with the kind of stuff that clearly Cecilia is into.
She gets me, except for the part about a coyote.
All right. So at one point or another, you all check. That's everyone, right? I didn't skip anyone like a horrible person. All right, great. I'm a great person. At one point or another, you all checked the box, will gladly attend. When the sun just ducks beneath the city skyline and the hour of the masquerade at last arrives, you feel a strange fizzing sensation in your bones. It tickles up through your body to the crown of your head. You have only a moment to remark on the strangeness of it before the bubbling takes your consciousness with it. When you're next aware,
I know.
When you're next aware of your surroundings, it's in a different world entirely. In the foyer of a magnificent mansion, the walls are covered in lavish paintings and tapestries. There are even a few engraved metal and stone designs that look restored from some ancient era. The butler smiles as if he's been expecting you. Welcome to the masquerade. And he leads you into the foyer where the Baron Oniad himself is about to start a tour. The Baron is an older gentleman, a bit like the Dread Pirate Roberts if he was a one-eyed silver fox. He's wearing
Stong is going to elbow Rogar. Rogar?
Blushes. I wasn't thinking nothing.
He's wearing a pirate costume that only emphasizes the impression. A long brocade coat in dark blue with gold trim, a broad-brimmed hat, and a saber that rather than being a costume weapon looks as though it's seen its share of battle. His mask is a bejeweled version of his own face. Ah, the Irregulars from Westgate. So glad you could make it. You are most welcome. Some of our guests' favorite chapbooks are written about your exploits. You'll make the evening most memorable, I'm sure. You're practically celebrities.
I'm sorry, what?
Well,
Chapbooks?
it was nothing,
About us.
we might have, is this, are we famous for collapsing half of the city? I didn't say that out loud. Right, our duel in the arena against the Twilight Knight. I'm sure that's what they're talking about.
You should ask the guests which of your exploits are their favorites. I'm sure they all have different ones. So the Baron is going to lead you around his mansion while you're talking, introducing in a cursory fashion all manner of rooms, a comfortable lounge, a reading room, a library, a small study, a fencing hall, washrooms, a sauna. You can pull up the maps and you'll see kind of where he's taking you around. You should have two of them, the first floor and the second floor. He pauses a little longer in two of the rooms. The first is a small octagonal cold room. The walls are shelved from floor to ceiling, and on each shelf is a huge variety of cheeses. Some in wheels, some in small slivers, some in jars. In the center of the room is a low wooden table with a cheese knife and board. The Baron, however, walks over to what appears to be a blank wooden wall and reaches in past the wood and emerges with a plate with the cheese that's been set out, the cheese a mottled blue color. He beckons you forward.
Sturge likes smelly cheese.
Stong would definitely walk forward.
Definitely.
Yeah, Artemisia, she's not so sure. She's hanging back.
I'm hungry.
Sturge is going to lean over the smelliest, rottenest looking cheese and just put his big nose right over it.
Stong will join Sturge for that.
The Baron seems amused in a he has totally watched your exploits and thinks he's getting to experience a bit of the Irregulars. And so he's quite...
I don't want to go back to this watched our exploits thing.
Are you saying that out loud to him?
No, I'm saying it in my head. I don't know this man. I'm watching the situation. Also, I'm hungry.
He says, this piece of cheese is worth more than its weight in platinum. Here. And he'll break you off a piece if you want one.
Of course.
Have some.
Yes. Can I roll something to identify what that is?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Go ahead.
I guess I'll roll
Intelligence check, or if you have culinary knowledge of any kind.
I'll do intelligence. It's a 9.
And Rogar's going to kind of step back a little bit when he says that, because he's thinking, well, that amount of money could have fed a lot of hungry people. I don't know. So he doesn't quite feel right eating a little bit of cheese that's worth platinums.
I want to ask a question of the Baron.
All right.
Exactly are we?
You're in the Andaran Empire. We've
What?
invited you here for the evening. I know you're not used to this. Just try to enjoy yourselves.
I don't know. Is that in Faerun? Do you guys know?
Faerun is, how should we say, like a favorite chapbook series. It has many channels of chapbooks.
Are we in a different plane?
Sure.
Oh my God.
That should fit your understanding.
Oh, I thought this was a dream. Okay, cool. Rogar is so used after all of our planar travel and our being transported into rings and dreams, and he's just rolling with it. He's like, okay.
Well, finally somebody transported us to like a party and not a death trap, right?
The cheese is still really tasty,
I'll try
even if it is a different plane.
Please tell me, what is it made of? It's not goat cheese. I don't suspect it's cow. It's not sheep cheese. Is this unicorn cheese by any chance?
So to answer Yang Yang as a role first.
9.
So you can tell it's cheese, and you can tell it's real stinky, and you can tell that it's probably aged a lot. But you
Guys.
can't tell what it's from. When you say your line, he says, close. Do you guys eat it before he starts talking, or do you keep?
The way you're asking this makes me think something horrible is going to happen.
I don't want to interrupt your eating actions. So he says,
Sure, I'll eat it.
There's
All right.
something smelly about this cheese.
it smells
Really like
earthly.
funky cheeses.
It smells earthy, like walking through a forest after the rain with notes of a used bookstore. And it tastes
Ooh.
like a complex, really intense, complex flavor you notice immediately, rich and somehow meaty with veins of citrus. He says, you were close with the unicorn. It's made from displacer beast milk, which is notoriously hard to collect, and only by this one farmer between the
Whoa.
fingers of Callow's hand. Tragically, he was killed by pirates, of all things, shortly after I bought out his stores. And the recipe lost. Fortunately, I now have the single largest store, and the prices have skyrocketed. Come. He leads you into the next room.
I don't know if we
When
should
he
come to this
said-
party.
When he said
Oh,
that
save
the
it.
guy was killed by pirates, like coincidentally, can I roll like an insight or something to see if I
Sure.
believe him? All right.
Like, if the pirate, the
He's
one pirate we
pirates.
currently know who is in front of us is the
He's
pirate.
dressed like a pirate.
A pirate who is me.
He's the
Okay.
Baron Oniad.
That is going to be a 12. Oh man.
You can tell that he is quite serious about the fact that they were killed by pirates.
Cheese pirates, of course.
With the 12, you can tell he's being cheeky about it. So he may have had something to do with it, but you don't you can't tell if he did or not,
Mm.
because he's clearly just really enjoying playing with you guys.
Oh, I love these kinds of people.
He looks super thrilled that you guys came to his party, and he wants to show you all the cheese. It's clear he thought you'd be really excited about this cheese. And so he's like
I
showing
am.
off a little bit.
All right.
Hey,
Well, it is
So-
good.
people are proud about this. Yeah.
So then he leads you to the banquet hall and gestures for you to enjoy yourselves while he attends to the next set of guests. The banquet room is a massive 2-story affair with white walls and gold-toned floors and arches. Mist or fog washes across the floor, and white flowers and strewn with bits of mirror and crystal adorn the white tables set throughout. Arched windows on the far side are lit with candlelight, which glitters off crystal chandeliers. A massive staircase leads to the second level of the banquet hall. A pair of bards are playing dueling lutes in the corner. Guards stand at regular intervals throughout the room, dressed in all white with featureless masks. A servant bows you in. Only those with histories with the Baron and personages of interest to him are invited to this party. I'm sure you'll get on splendidly. There are people gathered in 3 areas: the dance floor, the refreshments, and entertainment. There's also the stairs up. Where would you like to go?
Up.
I mean, I'm kind of voting refreshments.
Yeah, refreshments.
Yeah, let's get some food.
Anchor,
Cheese,
anchor the
cheese.
food table while we
Aye.
figure out what the heck is going on.
I'll
The
go
call
you.
with the cheese made me hungry. Aye.
All right. So you guys should have a handout, Intoxicants and Temptations. It's handout number 3. So you'll want to open that out to see the list. In the corner by a well-stocked refreshment table is a bevy of ladies in fantastical gauzy white gowns and masks. They're watching 2 men, 1 human and 1 half-elf, dressed as devils, compete to escape manacles. The women are clapping and calling out encouragement and placing bets. In addition to the Intoxicants and Temptations, you also see a waiter with a small silver tray with glass bottles on them. Each of the bottles has a single white moth within it. As you watch, someone selects the glass and swallows the moth down whole. Then they put it down, and a big smile spreads across their face.
That sounds tempting to Rogard. I don't know if you know, but moths are a delicacy for dwarves because they grow well in dark and places on the ground and stuff. So
You do you, man.
okay, all right. Aye,
All right.
I'll take a moth.
All right, the waiter says, "Of course, sir." And he hands you a small bottle with a white moth in it. And then he also hands you a second bottle that's filled with a black viscous liquid. He says, "You'll want to swallow the moth whole."
Okay.
Oh, Rogar.
All right. So the moth wings flutter as they get close to your lips, and you can see the barest of words skate across them right before you swallow it. You feel the velvety wings squirm for a moment in your throat and then go still.
That's the best part.
And you feel your sorrows and traumatic memories slowly draining away and being replaced with false, happy memories. What's this like for Rogar?
Well, what it feels like is, well, you know, when you have like something triggers like that most embarrassing memory you have, and you instantly like feel exactly like you did in that moment, like you actually feel the flush and like you get a little sweaty with embarrassment and such. It's like that. Like all of a sudden, like he's feeling and he's in all of these like what did you say, like bad sad moments and
all the traumatic.
Oh no, Rogar doesn't have any of those. Let's see. So
this sad is slightly distasteful.
Aye. So the biggest one that comes up immediately is you know, he's back. He's a wee lad of 50. You know, that's like maybe 20 in human years or so. And he's on the bluffs overlooking the outpost with Adric. They're pretty drunk, and he kisses Adric for the first time. And just as he's doing that, the Holy Mother catches them, and she's very disappointed and you know, looks very pained and lectures Rogar on the dangers of corrupting desires and you know, pulling him away from his duty to his people and the need to suppress those desires. And then the next day, Adric was sent away to the temple in the Great Rift, far away. And then after that, like there's just a cascade of subsequent memories, him trying to become a cleric and failing repeatedly, and then Retagast, he suddenly remembers like the guilt the certainty he felt that like he had somehow caused Retagast's death by briefly like allowing himself to feel attraction towards Retagast, and that had somehow drawn like a judgment from the gods or something to like remind him of that it's bad. And then all of the times that he like, you know, was with Ruin and could have like, you know, like could have been a really joyous moment, but he kind of held back and like felt all of this like doubt and guilt and questioning it, and all of that like just kind of goes in, and like with the fluttering of the wings, and then you said they're replaced with happy memories.
Oh yes.
Well, so he remembers the Holy Mother being like, "Oh, good for you and Adric. You are so cute. That love and friendship is going to like, you know, you're both going to grow from that and support each other." He remembers having a really great night with Retagast. Just, you know, yeah, good time with Retagast. We'll just say that you know, horses aren't the only thing that paladins learn to ride bareback. And then no, what? I'm talking about equestrianism. And then like he remembers like Ruin, like after he saw Ruin turn into an elf that first time, a really incredibly hot druid elf. That first night, the first chance they got, they were alone. He jumped Ruin's bones or bone, or however you want to put it. So those are all the memories that flood into him, and he's like, and then lots of memories of just sharing Sharon-Lar's words of love and life and yeah, and positivity.
So he looks happy.
Looks very happy. He's like, oh yeah, life
All
is
right.
good.
But he also ate a moth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the moth thing.
You're just jealous. I mean, the moths are the best. They're a delicacy. Like
So
the
what
way they
does-
flutter, like it's like, you know, the way cotton candy melts in your mouth, like the sensation. It's a unique sensation, the fluttering of the moth.
What does anyone else want to try, if anything?
I think that Telval and sparkling sounds kind of interesting. Numbing and spicy.
Breath of Shadows.
All right. So Cecilia gets a Telvarin Sparkling, which it shimmers green gold in the light, smells strongly of herbs, numbing and spicy. If you take a sip, you realize you can't feel your lips afterwards.
Does it make her talk funny?
Can I talk normal, or I just like
The other's choice.
I'd rather talk normal because I'm gonna forget what I did. I just do this like, oh.
And Sturge, you wanted to try Breath of Shadows?
Yes.
All right. So there's a silver goblet on the table and she's holding a silver cap over it. She hands it to you, the waiter, and says, "Breathe it in quickly before it escapes the room."
All right. I'm good at breathing in quickly.
All right. So when you open it, you see sloshing shadows within and hear whispers wash over you. They start to drift up, but you suck them down quickly. It smells of musk and bay leaves. Give me a constitution check.
Oh, well, these things happen. 14.
All right. So
Actually, I lied. I was just being impatient. Hold on. I was just throwing a number out there. It's just going to take me a second to get there. It is. Okay, it might be terrible. Who knows?
I mean, I'm just impressed you could find anything wearing all that costume.
I only have one finger that works on my my touch screen.
It's your dice rolling finger.
So what's your number?
The number is 16.
All right. So for a moment, whispers fill your ears and your skin fades out slightly, but you're fine. You conquer the drink and your skin comes back to fullness and the whispers fade.
Did you say my skin went transparent?
It started to fade a little. Yeah. Shadowy and faded.
Like we could see his guts, or like all of
No.
He's turning ghostly.
Just curious.
Ghostly. Yes.
Oh.
All right. Anyone else want to try a drink or a food?
Well, so Artemisia definitely wants a drink.
All right.
And she sort of stands there for a while, like not really quite deciding, but then she goes for Heart of the Wild because, I mean, she could use a little more wildness, maybe.
All right.
That's what she needs.
So this is a small batch spirit. No one knows who make it, but if you host a party in the Imlaith Woods and you dance well enough, a small barrel sometimes appears in your midst. This one was supposedly summoned by the Baron himself dancing.
Okay.
It tastes like sunlight and adoration and wild dancing. It's also remarkably potent. Leaves you a little breathless and magically lowered inhibitions.
Oh.
Is there a big E on the side of the cap?
Yes, in fact. It stands for excellent, of course.
Of course. Of course. Don't do casks, kids.
All right. Anyone else?
So Stong is like his eyes grow huge at the sight of like all the food on the table. Like, how many of these things does he think he's like politely allowed to try before it looks like he's just eating the whole buffet table?
You
quick,
do
man.
notice that,
I said you just move quick, man. Take one, shove it in your mouth, move to the next plate, shove it in your mouth. Just keep circling.
But we're in a foreign land, Cecilia. I don't wanna be rude.
For all you know, if you don't eat everything, they'll be insulted.
I'll hold a separate plate for you. I'll pretend to eat it. You can eat my plate too.
aw.
In that case, Stong is like very interested in the smoked shimmerling, but he also wants to eat every cupcake because they look amazing.
All right. Which are you going to do first?
Let's do all the cupcakes first.
All right. So you eat every cupcake and it tastes like exactly what it says. So the first one, take flight. You take a bite and you literally feel like you're flying. Like you can feel the wind in your hair. You probably like, are like, oh my God, how am I still on the ground? You totally feel like you're flying.
Special cupcake.
The next one, it tastes like you've been absolved of something that you have always hoped that you'd been absolved for, like someone is actually forgiving you deep in your heart. And so for a moment, you feel peace about that. If there's anything like that for you. If there isn't, then you have like this feeling of that as if you had done something terrible. Like it invents that for you so you can still feel. Falling in love is just this, it's very sudden and sweet. And like, you're not sure if you're in love with the cupcake or someone else, but you totally get that feeling.
I love all the food on this table. Right now.
And so, yeah, all of them at the only one that doesn't have the effect that's stated is strawberry, which just tastes like strawberry.
Oh, this is my
Snosberry tastes like
favorite.
snosberry.
Strawberry is my favorite
Oh.
one.
Stong, did you try the pit roast bullet?
I want to try that one.
You could
didn't
try
get
that
to-
one.
We didn't get to beat those bullets before. This will soothe
Yeah.
the balm of not having
Are you going to eat it? Oh, wait.
I wanna eat it.
I'm frozen, by the
Stong-
way, Yang Yang, so I'm gonna have to stop my video and restart it just for warning.
Oh, because I think that's gonna mess up everybody's placement.
Yeah.
So, okay,
I'm
we'll
just,
just
that's why
make
I was
do.
warning you.
we'll just
Yeah.
make do, I guess. Everybody's gonna teleport in a moment, and then I'll do my best
We
to
have
fix
new
it.
costumes.
Yeah.
But please continue the adventure. And
All right. Stong, you wanted to try the smoked shimmerlings as well, right?
Yes, I did.
All right.
You-
Um,
it's horrible.
so smoked shimmerlings, let me get to them.
Heretical delicacy.
The
Yeah.
heretical
Pixie,
delicacy.
isn't it? It's like a pixie.
It's like a pixie, but if you remember from the monster manual, they're pixies that don't have brains, really. They're just like insects. They just look like little humans, really cute insects.
Okay,
Oh,
that's still.
So, but you pull some on your plate, I imagine, or how are you doing this? Are you putting them in?
game hens.
There's a bag next to it. There's a plate. There's silverware. There's also just your bare hands and your mouth. So you have a plethora of options.
Oh,
There's also
well,
Sturgis plate, which he offered to you.
Yes, I put. I did put a shimmerling on there, and also just a big slice of bullet rare.
So you all do notice that there's a stack of silk bags next to the shimmerlings.
Hmm.
Oh no! Is this
Oh,
like
these-
that thing with the bird?
Investigate.
these
So
must
if
be
you-
takeout bags, right? So we could just like put whatever food we want into them and take them home.
Over your head to eat it.
So Stong is going to take the bag and then put some of the food on the table, especially the cupcakes, into the bag for his daughter later. But
Oh,
then he's
yeah.
gonna eat some of the shimmerling from Sturgis plate.
All right. For a
Where's-
moment, it smells heavily of lavender, pepper, and smoke when you get to it, and there's a glow escaping each one, even though they've been crispy fried. You notice that they're so tender that you can actually crunch right through the bones. It's very rare and exquisite flavor. Your teeth buzz as you eat them, and all the colors are more vibrant. And if you move your head, the colors trail. And for a moment, nothing happens, though you do notice that all of a sudden, every head in the room snaps towards you. They're burying their teeth, and their heads are all somehow deer skulls in themselves at once, with thorny vines snaking out of their skulls like horns, except they just keep growing.
Wow.
What's it taste like, Stomp?
Breaker, snarls
Um,
the wolf mother out of
tastes
every
like-
throat.
It
And the
tastes like a
gods-
bad trip. Everything here is
God-
drugs, except for this strawberry cupcake. Here, have a strawberry cupcake.
And the god's voice is the snap of fire or an animal's last cry of pain. Then, almost as fast as it occurred, everyone is themselves again, as if nothing happened, except you feel a residual shyness down in your bones that you just can't seem to shake.
Huh. You
So, like a good
altered-
trip, or
I don't want to talk.
Oh,
Hmm.
whoa?
oh.
Maybe when there's less people.
I think I'll try the buttery pretzels.
They're buttery. It's good butter.
Such a mundane pleasure.
All right.
That
So
seems-
again, is anyone else wanted to eat or drink anything before we move on?
Now.
well, Artemisia is gonna look at the shimmerlings and then just be like, "Oh, they look and then she's gonna sort of like look around, like she actually did just say that out loud.
It's a cultural experience, Artemisia.
But I don't want to eat them, so I guess I won't, even to be polite, because I don't have to be polite if I don't want.
What if we pressure you?
No, go away.
Hmm. Normally that works admirably for you. All we have to do is
Rude.
yes, everyone is doing it. Everyone likes it. It will make
Nobody's. What?
popular. No, maybe
No.
wrong person. Sorry.
So she's gonna. I don't know what it is in the realms, but she's gonna make a rude gesture.
Oh,
Ah,
Sturgy really pissed her off.
I like this new Artemisia. She has chutzpah.
That's an elvish word, isn't it?
No, it's not. I don't know what it means.
I'd like
Oh,
another
okay.
breath of shadows. I'm going to let it take me this time.
All right. So you drink it down, the sifting shadows, and this time you intentionally fail the Constitution check.
Yes.
All right. So your ears fill with whispers and your skin fades out slightly as if you're not entirely in this world. You get a +2 to hiding and a -2 to perception for the next hour.
Ooh.
Okay. I'll be lurking then.
So there are the ladies in fantastical gauzy white gowns and masks watching the devils compete near this table. There is the dance floor, which has a muscular dwarf dancing, very serious expression, and there's a slim person you take for an elf at first watching him, except you notice that his skin shimmers with scales and his ears are fluted. And then also there's a couple of people watching everything. They're looking in particular interest at Stong and what just happened with him in the corner. There's also someone watching from the balcony above with a pen who's writing very urgently in a notebook. Where would you like to go?
I'm very curious about the person writing notes.
Yeah.
But they are on a different floor, so.
And Rogard is probably not going to. Anyway, I'll let you go if you want to pursue that.
Sturge
I mean,
is
that's
going
my
to.
gut, but
Sturge will lurk behind the ladies watching the wrestling people and use an invisible mage hand to relieve some of them of anything of extreme value. You know, it's the classic thing to do. Everyone's got their attention on the actors. And, you know, with the invisible mage hand, it's quite easy to do so. Even if you screw up, no one's going to know it was you. But I will just be lurking there. When it's my time, you let me know. He's going to lurk until he sees something of high value and easily got.
So you don't think you're going to see someone pull out like a watch. So can you?
Jewelry.
Okay. You can
So,
only.
Bracelets, earrings, brooches are the easiest.
They are wearing jewelry. You don't know if they're in their pockets or not as well. But you do see that they're wearing jewelry. The women in fantastical gauzy white gowns and masks look a little bit like Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, and Cameron Diaz. They're watching the human and half-elf dressed as devils compete to escape manacles. The women are clapping, calling encouragement, and placing bets. The human's clearly a contortionist by the way he's attempting to wiggle out of his irons, much to the delight of those watching and the consternation of the half-elf. But the half-elf whistles out a pin from one of the ladies' hair and starts using it to pick his locks.
interesting game. Should we mention why you're telling people they look like celebrities?
They'll find out.
Okay, fair.
You know, now that I see it's Drew Barrymore, I'm not going to rob her.
She's so sweet. Why would you?
I like Drew Barrymore. She seems earnest and full of energy and creativity. I'll look for someone who's being a dick.
All right. What is
Look for
everyone
Adam
else doing?
Sandler.
Well, Cecilia, you were going to go.
I am fully curious about this person writing stuff about us because what is that?
Right. Is
Okay.
anyone going with her?
Well,
Yeah.
I was-
So when Stong notices everybody like staring at him, he like feels like a hot flush in his face, and he's gonna use polymorph to cast and turn himself into an ant, and then he's gonna ride on Cecilia's shoulder.
What are you doing, man? I have beast speech, by the way, so I can speak ant.
Do this when you do it.
They're all looking at me, Cecilia.
They're really not. And also,
They are. I like it.
that's like your job to perform in front of people. What's going on?
I don't know. I don't feel quite right. It's like their eyes are little suns that are like burning into my flesh.
That sounds terrible.
Why did I describe it like that? But yeah, that's what it feels like. So I'm just gonna hide on you for now.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's fine. You bite me though, man, and I'm gonna swat you, and it will be an interesting thing.
I'll tell you what. If you get into trouble, you could just throw me at the enemy, and I'll bite them. I'll bite them for you.
All right.
So it's very concerned about Stong right now. That is very not Stong.
Rogar would be willing to like cast some sort of or attempt like a restoration spell or something on him if it comes to that. If you know if it occurs to you to ask, and if Song wants it, I'm just throwing that out there. But for consideration later.
Also, I forgot to mention you got a second Rogar. You got a second little bottle with black stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
And at the time, and they said that this is for when you want to kill the moth.
Oh.
Don't take it until you're done having a good time.
We'll pass
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm not feeling much like taking it right now. To be honest, I'm feeling pretty good.
All right.
Well, so Artemisia wants to go with Cecilia. So like clearly there's beast speech going on, but like Artemisia is just like, okay, whatever. I'm the important one here. I'm going to break in and like try to take Cecilia's like elbow and sort of be like, I want to dance, but I don't want to dance alone. And I hate being the person like at the edge of the floor who is clearly like wants to dance, but doesn't want to dance alone. And so I'm going to come with you, but like, if I can see somebody, and it's so hard to like, you know, find a partner and then get them to ask you, but not look too desperate. And I don't want to look desperate. And like,
The Sturge
once Artemisia has ever talked to Cecilia. There's a little bit of like, yeah, okay.
It's just
need to dance with.
All right. So,
and Rogar, I mean, whenever we want to fit into that, Rogar's just gonna start like, he's just gonna start working the crowd. He's gonna go like around hot guy to hot guy and just start dropping lines.
all right.
All right. So
Go,
are the three of
Rogar.
us going up to cost this nosy person? Ant and Artemisia and Cecilia.
All right. So you three are going up
Stop.
top first, and
think
then you're
so.
going to deal with dancing.
Yes.
Correct?
Think so? Is that what's happening?
Aye.
Okay.
Just so I can get everything in line. And then Rogar, you're looking for hot people. There are 3 hot guys. Well, guys, I'll tell you, describe them, and you decide if they're hot on
right.
this level. And you don't know how many are up top. There's also a huge mansion, so there's a lot of places for guys of different levels of hotness.
to be like hiding in the corners.
Right, well, you know, as hot guys do. So, and
all
Sturge, where are you going to be?
Sturge wants to. So everyone's still in the main ballroom here, the banquet hall. Is that correct?
3 are going to the top level.
Yes. I'm just going to tag along, and he's going to try to, even though he's a bit impaired, he's going to lurk, and he's going to lurk close enough that he. Is this like a mezzanine? He can look down below to the.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to use his perception skills, which are rather formidable, except for his impairment right now, and also lurk near some people who might be up here just to listen and watch and so on, and just kind of see if there's anything out of place. I mean, he knows it's a bunch of thieves, but is anyone actively plotting right now to make a heist, or is this just people having fun?
So you'll be on the second floor with the others, but looking for things.
Yeah.
So we have 2 groups. Let's start with Cecilia, because I don't think we've done Cecilia doing something yet.
Okay.
So you go up to the second floor.
Yes. Looking for the person with the quill.
All right,
Spying on us.
The second floor is much the same as the first, save the entire ceiling is invisible, such that you can see the stars and blood moon above. Pink, white, and yellow lanterns drift along the ceiling in lieu of chandeliers. A trio of bards play this room, softer music than below, mostly flute and drum. And guests drift in the shadows, watching each other, sipping fine wines and gossiping. Lounging against the far wall is a woman in a magnificent antique gown with a skeleton mask and paint job who looks a bit like Sandra Oh. In one hand, she carries a blackened, bejeweled skull, which she's petting absently. She's staring at what appears to be a drinking contest between a halfling in a displacer beast costume with cat ears and tentacles that seem enchanted to move on their own, and a human in a mummy costume who looks a bit like Ryan Reynolds, the latter of which appears to be picking all the cheese off the appetizers.
Cecilia.
What?
I'm too shy to tell that halfling. Costume is awesome. Could you do it for me?
Okay. Now?
Whenever you want. Now is also good.
Oh. Okay.
Don't yell at me.
I think maybe I need to go tell that halfling that my friend thinks their costume is awesome.
All right. You see one other thing in the room as you walk over, which is at the balcony, is a woman dressed like an owlbear who is writing feverishly in that notebook, occasionally waving her fingers over a bowl of water on the table and then making more feverish notes.
Okay. I want to keep an eye on her because if she disappears, I'm going to be real mad.
So all the people who are upstairs walk over, I imagine, then with Cecilia towards the halfling in the displacer beast costume, who she looks a bit like Viola Davis, and a human in a mummy costume, picking the cheese off appetizers. As you approach, you hear the mummy complaining, "Gods, why do they have to put cheese on everything in this town?" Oh, he stuffs one of the uncheesed appetizers in his mouth, and the displacer halfling refills both their glasses. And he
okay, sorry, go ahead. Do more.
He just looks at you and says, "Oh,
hello. Excuse me, my friend really wanted to tell you that your costume is fantastic."
Do you say that to the halfling, the displacer halfling, or to the human who just said hello?
No, the human seems very nice, but maybe the effort's a little low. The displacer beast is very sad.
Thank you. It's from a real displacer beast.
Impressive. Stong wants to chime in at any point. I will pass it along.
As you're watching, as you're there, the human just starts talking as if he can't help it. He says, "I stole a ticket yesterday. I'm not even supposed to be here." And then abruptly he looks horrified. He's like, "I'm not even a member of the guild. Gods, why am I talking? That's a secret. Don't tell anyone, all right?"
Okay, I'm not from around here, so none of that means anything to me.
It doesn't mean anything anyway. It's just a bunch of rules. If you're a thief, why do you have rules?
That's a wonderful question.
Sorry, what was your last line?
I said, that's a wonderful question, I guess.
The halfling's like, "All right, come on. We got to drink this up or it's bad luck on all our heads. We're not going to finish this ritual tonight if you keep like mouthing off and not drinking."
Ritual? What ritual?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh, it's a halfling ritual that instills a couple coins with luck. You got to finish the whole bottle, and if you don't, it's bad luck. But if you do, each one gives you a little bit of extra luck. This one said he could keep up with me. So far, I'm a little worried. I can do it. I can totally do it. I'm only seeing two of you.
So Stong should
don't finish this bottle.
Us.
You get bad luck.
Oh yeah, not just us, like everyone here, but like
yeah. So Stong should definitely like take over.
Artemisia!
You don't want this. What?
Gosh.
Too many people watching. The pressure is too much.
So the displacer halfling says like, "Less talking, more drinking," to the human.
A point, Cecilia, being Rashemi, does prefer Rashemi fire wine or jeweled. And as we've seen before, it is bad luck not to finish a bottle of jeweled. This makes her very uncomfortable that there's this unfinished bottle of liquor that is going to give everybody bad luck. And so she says, she takes a glass and she's like, "Okay, I'll help you. I didn't have too much to drink.
As you do that, you notice that the mummy human is trying to pick cheese off the table now, but there's no cheese there. It's like he's just not able to see straight anymore.
He's real gone.
And so he's just
yakking and
spilling his
cheese.
secrets.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
And so
Cecilia, don't drink that.
right. So she takes out
half a bottle. I don't have to have half a bottle.
a tangled mass of white roots and drops it in the bottom of your glass in her
What?
glass.
Ew.
She
what's
then
that?
refills it with a pale violet liquor from a yellow bottle. You notice a slight chiming sound when she moves the bottle and see the dark shape of the coins at the bottom.
Okay. Is that the end of the bottle though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Saving all of you. I hope you're happy.
She swirls it and she says, all right, drink with me. All right. It tastes like horseradish, ginger, and
Oh
oak,
my God.
and leaves you feeling a little like you're breathing smoke. Give me a constitution save.
Oof, like ammonia.
Cecilia, could you pour some on your shoulder for me?
Okay, I have to roll because for some reason my D&D Beyond is not working. Give me just a second.
Bummer.
If you'd like, I could roll for you. I promise to tell the truth.
I can't find a 20 all of a sudden. Here we go.
How
I got
much
it.
do you?
9.
All right, you
Am I gonna catch on
fail.
fire?
Oh,
So you see a sunburst of light that leaves trails across your vision. And you feel this desperate need to tell the truth, only the truth and nothing but the truth for the rest of the night.
For the rest of the night.
Oh, it's not Liar's Night.
For the rest of the night.
Cecilia, pour me a drop on your shoulder. I want to try some.
Are there any left?
If
Can I
you
give a
can
little
find
to the
some,
end?
say well, what she does is she takes out the coins from the bottom and she hands you one
Okay.
as a thank you for drinking with her, because the mummy is now passed out on the table and unable to take his payment.
Oh,
And
nice.
so she says,
Funny score.
well done. And it basically gives you one free reroll tonight.
Oh, nice.
It has a strange gods on
Oh, look, I
face
have
on
this.
one side and it's blank on the reverse. Perfect. And from that coin, the coin is still wet with the liquor if you
Okay.
want to give it
Just hold
to
it
your
to
ant friend so he can lick it.
Try a little bit.
Make
I
a
don't know if you should be
constitution
stacking
save.
effects.
Okay, Constitution save for Stong +4. It's gonna be a 9. Dice, you betrayed me.
All right. Well, it's you and Cecilia both then.
I'm gonna be real honest.
Honest and shy.
I don't think that was a good idea, guys.
Cecilia,
Um,
you're the best.
All right. So let's move to downstairs to where Rogar is chatting up some nice looking men.
The way I imagine this kind of going is, if you moment, is basically Rogar. So Rogar is, he's got 50 years of pent up, pressed down feelings and desires. So it's kind of all coming out, and he's kind of like afraid, like this could go away at any moment. Like he's kind of amazed he's not feeling guilty at the thoughts he's having. So he really wants to pursue it, and even though he knows it won't go away until he drinks the thing and kills the moth. Like logically he knows that, but like he's kind of like, so he's running around, and he's kind of at this point kind of got that patina of desperation around him that's not good when you're trying to pick someone up. And he's just like, he doesn't know exactly how to do this because he's never really done it. So he's just throwing out these horrible lines. Like, so he's going up and he's being like, hey, you must have psionics because I can't get you out of my thoughts. And he's like,
Nice.
I'm falling harder for you than an F3 city. No.
Too soon.
Yeah. Hey, I'd love to explore your Underdark. And then,
All right. So
and it's going really badly, and he's starting to feel incredibly icky and stupid, and he's like, oh, I'm such a failure at this. I'm supposed to be a cleric of love, and I don't even know what I'm doing here. Because he's
All right.
like, yeah.
So
Takes a breath. Takes a breath, collects himself.
so you the people that you were doing this to on the first floor
Aye.
there's a muscular dwarf / doublet with his mask pushed back on his head, doesn't seem with a serious expression. He looks a bit like the Rock if the Rock were much shorter.
Oh.
Watching him with distaste is a refined looking figure you take for an elf at first until you realize the skin shimmers with white scales. He looks a bit like Chris Evans, if Chris Evans were like a dragonish elf. And the last one, where is he? He's hiding.
He's in that nice white sweater from Knives Out. Yeah.
The last one is a half orc in black armor, rimmed in shimmering red orange, in a costume that makes him look like he's caught in a gelatinous cube. He looks a bit like Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron, if Oscar Isaac were also orcish.
Okay. Rogar was like, Rogar is very interested in like he's been eyeing that one, that fellow all evening, but he's like, so he's kind of glad, like, you know, he tried to like, but he was just too like, he didn't want to, he's too scared to like go into, you know, like he's just really doesn't feel ready for like trying to flirt with that guy and failing. So
he's the most unapproachable. Like the elf is clearly like, you know, he's very refined, and the dragonish elf, and he's like, okay. And then, but the dwarf is actually kind of, he doesn't seem to get that you're using like, you're flirting with him. He just thinks you're talking with him, and he thinks it's cool. And so he really likes your jokes, and he just thinks they're jokes. But he likes you a lot. He's like, I'm Farouk the Viper. I kill people. I'm very good at it. Everyone knows when Farouk has killed someone. And you hear the dragonish elf go, because he tells everyone.
Well, it's very good to be good at something. I'm very happy for you. That's good. You should be very proud.
I am.
As long as they deserve it, the people you're killing. I'm assuming they deserve it.
It's a living.
Okay. Nice talking to you, Farouk.
Nice talking to you too. You should come dance more. All right, let's switch up. I don't feel like we've done Artemisia or Sturge recently.
Sturge is lurking, observing, looking for.
Right. So what do you overhear?
Yeah, and you know, somebody's got to be planning a heist here. So he's looking for the Ocean 7 people, Ocean's 8. What was it? Ocean's 11? Moving around.
Some number.
All of them.
13, 9.
There are two groups that are actual groups. One of them is on the first floor, and it has a woman in a blue-black gown with oversized sleeves, a night hag mask with gnarled horns. She looks like a bit like Christian from The Expanse. Next to her, a woman in a dress composed of olive and rose with serpentine patterns and a gold Medusa mask, who looks a bit like Aubrey Plaza. They're with the orc who's caught in a gelatinous cube, who Rogar keeps looking at and then looking away from. So they are talking quietly together. And then the other groups that are talking quietly together are the Barrymore, Lucy Liu, and Cameron Diaz. Pick one to overhear.
Yeah, are they glancing anywhere in particular, or pointedly not glancing anywhere in particular that makes it obvious that they're thinking of something? Can I infer anything from that body language?
Oh, you can make a roll.
Okay. Would that be
Insight?
Insight. Oh, well, you know.
Look, as you're trying to read body language.
Yes. Oh, it's not terrible. Okay, come on. Insight. There we go. And the result is 13.
So you don't think that you don't think Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, and Cameron Diaz are doing anything other than plotting how to get ridiculously drunk and also pick up the same guys that Rogar is going for?
Ooh, rivalry.
You do think that the others are talking about planning something, but you're not sure if it's a heist or if it's like when they're going to leave this, for the after party kind of situation.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm just going to keep observing, looking for interesting things, events happening, people looking dodgy, or assholes that he can rob.
Well, you can choose to rob anyone you want. Just tell me you pickpocket them, and I have a lovely pickpocket table, and I can tell you what you get.
Ooh.
You should just start doing people at random, see what you get.
Serge has this kind of Robin Hood thing where he only does it to people who deserve it. So
Okay.
he's going
Come
to
up here. This chick just truth bombed me.
She what?
He just gave me something so I can't lie. I don't like that right
It's
there.
fun to drink it voluntarily.
Yeah. Got your back.
To be fair, I don't know that I said what it did to Stone because I don't know if I realized it as I was passing it over.
All
I
right.
just wanted to try some.
I want to touch on Artemisia because she hasn't talked for a bit. Is there anything you want to do before I move this forward?
She's up on the second level from the banister or from the railing. Can she see down to the dance floor?
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's
she's
what Miss taking notes is looking at the whole time.
so she's gonna like go and look and then like glance and then like step away and then glance again. And she's gonna go and like go over to Cecilia and be like, okay, there's a guy and I think he has scales too. And so that's like a conversational starter. So it probably wouldn't seem too tough, but I mean, I'm gonna go try anyway. So I'm just gonna be dancing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
bye.
We should,
And
okay.
So then she's going to go down to the dance floor and she's going to start to it look like she was going to like sort of like drift over and then no, beeline right to the elf with the scales.
Right. As he turns to meet your gaze, he's a slim figure. You notice that his pupils are vertical. He looks a bit like sensitive Chris Evans if he were a dragonish elf.
Sensitive Chris Evans.
And he just kind of whispers to you, look at him, like looking at the dwarf who's like mostly naked at this point, very muscular, looks like the Rock dancing on the floor, saying, so unrefined. I can't believe he calls that dancing. Take my word for it. It's only a matter of time before he loses his pants.
Would you perhaps care to dance with someone who is quite refined? You yourself look like you are an excellent dancer.
He looks pleased. In fact, I'm a dance instructor at Lady Marigold's Dance Academy. He holds out his hand for you.
Oh, and she's going to take it, definitely.
So he takes your hands and he draws his fingers over them and says, oh, you have a light finger's hands, long and delicate, exquisite instruments. But I sense you're not. And then he flips your hand over and traces down your palm and it says, but I sense you're not a pickpocket.
Oh, no.
Would you like to try? Here, let me show you.
Getting weird.
Certainly.
And this thing's nice.
Wait, is that a line? Like, you want to pick my pocket?
She would.
All right. So he says, here, let me show you. Check your leftmost pocket.
Oh.
You pull out a mystic topaz that certainly wasn't there before. It's exquisitely cut and winks violet and emerald in the light. He slips it out of your fingers so smoothly, you almost don't notice it's gone. As he steps closer, wrapping his hands around yours. Hold your hands like this. And he shows you a few techniques, gently nudging your positions into shape with his hands. Do you let him?
Oh, heck yeah.
When he thinks you're ready, he flashes the mystic topaz again and tucks it in his breast pocket. Now it's your turn.
Oh. So should she roll?
Yeah.
She's definitely going to try it.
Yeah.
So what am I, what skill is that?
If it's, you're going to use your dex bonus if you don't have a skill for it.
It was sleight of hand. Is it
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't, that was a 5. Boy, she's
Whoa,
distracted.
we're rolling good tonight.
groping his pecs.
He shows you a few corrections and has you try again until you get it.
Okay.
Then he curls your fingers around it with his hands and says, keep it. The violet and emerald are both exquisite on their own, but I think you'll agree there's something else entirely together. Reminds me of you. Hopefully when you see it, it'll remind you of me.
Charisma 18, at least.
You should check your coin purse right now.
Ooh, Cecilia, good thought,
shouting
good
from
thought,
the
good thought.
She might. She might lean over and be like, "You should check your purse. All these people are thieves."
Is there anything you want to ask him before I switch back to, I believe it's Stong's turn and Cecilia's turn next.
Not yet. Even with lowered inhibitions, she wants to work up to something.
All right, so you guys start dancing and occasionally, like, maybe disappearing that stone in different places and finding it again.
She whenever she can, she's gonna like stroke his skin where scales are visible.
He seems to like that. All right.
Nisha has moves.
Back upstairs, we've got the three who are still up there.
Serge, did Serge come up here? I missed that.
Yeah.
He's up there listening, and then there's he needs to tell me if he wants to pickpocket someone or overhear someone in particular.
He's going to actually, I changed my mind. He's going to cast See Invisible.
Okay.
Ooh.
And now continue to do his viewing and so on.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. And it will be -2. Oh, a 20 after the -2.
All right. So you see something, and you're not sure what it was, but it looked like it might be a drow hand skittering out the front door down the hall.
A drow hand?
Yes, just alone, just the hand. At the same time,
That's not where that belongs.
like in the Addams Family.
Yeah.
All right. At the same time, the lights flicker and the room suddenly goes cold. This happens for everyone. You can see your breath. At first, all the guests are kind of just looking at each other and giggling, but then you hear a blood-curdling scream coming from the first floor of the ballroom. It's right near where you are, Rogar, as one of the ghost ladies, let's say Cameron Diaz, watching the two people dressed as devils wrestling, her skin starts leaking what appears to be a white smoke, and then wrinkling and shriveling, pulling tight to her bone. Her friends shriek and back away, leaving her alone to collapse on the floor, her breathing labored.
Rogar would try to cast like a healing spell. Or
Great. Give me a dex check to see if you are, or an initiative check to see if you are fast enough.
Okay. 13.
Unfortunately, you just reach her as her eyes shrivel and her skin blackens and crisps. It smells like rancid butter and old socks, and she falls.
Dude, you better eat some more of that happy food because you got a new trauma right there.
And I immediately forget about it, and I'm replaced with this memory of
Yeah.
on her way. Good moth.
All right.
Good moth.
So as that happens, Salamis in the gelatinous cube has stepped in front of the woman in the Medusa costume. The other woman, who is in the hag costume, is peering really close with intense curiosity. The other two ghost women are sobbing, holding each other, reaching out, afraid to touch the third woman's corpse. And they say, there was nothing we could do. It just happened so fast. Oh, who would have done such an awful thing? She wouldn't hurt a fly. At least not a guild fly, the other one says. What's saying someone did this? Maybe no one did this. Maybe it just happened, says the mostly naked dwarf. Then what? Mabril just happened to spontaneously combust? That's not a thing, Varuk. Anyone want to take actions?
Oh,
This
yes.
Okay.
I really wanted to talk to the lady with the quill, but now
You
it feels
still
like
can.
I can't.
She's still there.
Yeah, but a lady just melted.
It's true. That might supplant your priorities.
I'm a little. Can I say I did that before she melted, since Sturge jumped in where we were going to go walk over?
Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, the main thing is I just wanted,
Rogar would cast a magic circle maybe in the area just to try and like have a protected area that people could retreat to if necessary.
All right.
Artemisia is going to clutch her dance partner. Like,
He
we
stepped in
better
front of
stay
you a little bit. Yeah.
close for protection.
Stong is going to nervously bite Cecilia. Sorry, it was a reaction.
Literally said, don't do that.
I was scared.
Okay, so why don't we go back
Don't
and
taste
do
very good.
what Cecilia was wanted to do before I spoke.
Before you chased a drow hand and unleashed the darkness. I don't know that you did it.
Oh, I'm definitely going to
No, it's time. That's when it
capture that
happened.
thing.
I was technically supposed to murder someone at 7:15, but you guys were having so much fun.
There's so many cupcakes to eat.
Okay, I guess I hate to be super callous, but as far as I know, that's a thing that happens to thieves. Maybe I don't want to get involved.
Maybe that is because she stole something. You don't know. That could be the punishment.
Oh my god. How long are we at this party? How long do we have to hope not to melt?
All night long.
Oh god.
All right. So at the balcony is a woman dressed like an owlbear, a small beak around her nose and mouth, feathers cascading down her hair, and a giant bear-like onesie.
As long as she stole your getup.
She's
But
writing
don't worry,
feverishly in a notebook.
Cecilia, tell her little costume.
She's
Ben loves your costume.
Oh my gods! I've been waiting for you. You're Cecilia, aren't you?
What? Why do you know my name?
Oh
I
my
was coming here to
god!
ask you why you're being so nosy.
I've been waiting for you to kiss Sarshan for so long, and then you finally did.
No, what? Excuse me?
How was it? Was it amazing? You have to tell me everything. You all are my favorites.
Why are you back?
Cecilia, you have a fan.
How? Who are you? What are you talking
well,
about?
she'll pay your bills.
I'm Dara. I'm a diviner. And I just, the regulars are my favorite. I mean, there's Artemisia, the way she used that storm sphere and the astral dreadnought. There's Rogar and his droven Valkyries with their beards flowing in the wind. I have a beautiful spread of that. And then there's Stong and the time you threw the Duchess of Darkness into that statue. And there's Sturge and climbing the teetering pillar to stab the Twilight Knight. And then there's you and your kiss. Oh, it was the best. I want someone to look at me that way.
Okay, Cecilia's head is exploding right now in several different levels and possible languages. Are
Stong
you
will
saying?
Stong will bite Cecilia, and then he's gonna say, "You're not
biting me!
You're not dreaming. This is real."
You were so cute together. Oh my God, the way you looked into your eyes.
Are you saying you're spying on us and writing chapbooks about us?
Well, of course. How else do you think everyone gets to enjoy your adventures?
By living them because they're ours and they're none of your business. Also, I'm sorry, wind this back. The thing that you think is interesting about me is I kissed Sarshan.
Oh, was he bad at it then? Was he too much tongue? I mean, he had a dog, so I could see it being like a little.
I don't want to have this conversation.
I was gonna plug his ears. I don't know. Ants have ears. You can have some privacy, Cecilia. Tell her about the kiss.
Dog kiss.
I'm sorry, you watched the Astral Dreadnought. I steered a Gith Yankee warship into it to shove it into an area of radiance. Like,
Yeah, I guess. I don't remember that part. I'm sorry.
But the kiss.
Cecilia.
It's accurate.
Cecilia.
I melted like 40 cultists.
Don't murder her, Cecilia. Where's Rogar? Calm emotions.
Where is Rogar? You look down and you're dealing with the melted lady.
Yeah, I'm busy
Wait, what
casting a
happened?
magic circle.
So when this is happening, I'll go into what's going on down there when you're done with your bit. But she seems way more interested in you than the melted person. She's like, "Can I get you to kiss some of these sketches of you?"
Oh my god.
Auction them for the children. It would make so much money.
November 7th.
I don't like you very much right now. This is wait.
Do you need a drink?
Yep, maybe she's gonna back away.
Cecilia, do it for the children.
I don't want to do this. This is nobody's business. I don't want people in another plane. Ooh, okay. I think the best plan is I have to do something that is cool enough to be in a chat book that's not about.
So you're not saying that to her. You're telling us.
I'm telling that to Stong
Yeah.
as I backed away.
She's
You think I should
staring
tell
after
her
you.
that? Maybe I should tell her that so she does it.
Yeah, tell her you'll solve this murder, and maybe she'll think that that's cooler.
That is cooler. Be like, this down here, this strange death, right? This isn't normal, is it? It's not normal where we come from.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not usual.
So
I'll
figure out what's going on here.
either.
Oh my God. I'll figure out what's going down here, and that's cool. And you can write about that.
I'll be taking notes all evening.
Okay. All right. I like this solution better.
Well, you
I
still
really
kiss
don't
the
like the idea of
portraits?
everybody. Okay. I'll find you later, and I will have an answer about that. Stop. The answer, I think, is no, because you don't want to do that.
Hey, stop being so honest about it.
What?
Stop being so honest about
I
it.
can't. That stuff is making things come out of my mouth.
You know she could hear you, right? You're telling her no right in front of her face.
She looks very excited. She's writing. You can see her drawing like a little ant on a little sketch version of Cecilia.
She's drawing me?
And the ant has like a bear costume on.
I'm gonna
Okay.
crawl
Come on,
to
buddy,
the back
we're
of
gonna
Cecilia's neck until she can no longer see me. I'm gonna hide in Cecilia's hair.
You see her like go over her scrying mirror, and you feel this itch on the back of your neck, your ant neck.
Ugh.
What?
It's not working, Stonk. Can you be something like slightly bigger? Because I'm really afraid I'm going to crush you.
Okay, Stong will drop his polymorph and he'll be back in his bear onesie glory.
Right on her shoulder? Is he just gonna like?
No, he's
Like
definitely
a
gonna hop
marmoset
out.
or something. I can handle that. But the ant, I am genuinely afraid I'm going to kill. And I wouldn't like that because I like you very much. What is happening?
It's okay. Technically, when you kill me, I turn back into my normal form, so it's okay.
What do you like most?
Oh,
What do you
okay.
like most about Stong?
Are you there? She starts
There, he's just blends in the shadows really well.
Get up with me.
I'm not listening.
I like his optimism.
His
I was
optimism is weirdly
listening.
refreshing, but also sometimes really confusing. God,
This is
That hurt my
everything here
feelings,
do things?
Cecilia.
All right, so there's a charred corpse on the floor, and the Baron strides in around this time, his cloak billowing behind him, and he frowns down at the body, and he says, well, it seems that someone in our midst is shitting on my hospitality. He raises his voice and says, let it be known that anyone who catches the ungrateful murderer with requisite proof will be richly rewarded.
Ooh.
And he sends for his servants, does anyone wish to examine the body before I send to put this woman in a place more
Yes.
fitting than the dance
You're-
floor?
That is a
Yeah,
thing we are doing
absolutely.
for
Really
many
want-
kinds of rewards.
Sturge
So he,
would definitely want to catch that damn hand before it escapes.
all right, the hand went down the hall, so you're gonna have to run down the hall to
is-
try and.
Dashing, and he's got 30 feet of extra reach with his mage hand.
Do we see Sturge running before we go down? Maybe we should chase Sturge.
Sturge was next to you just a second ago,
Yeah.
so you would see him
Dog.
running in front of
Yeah.
you, unless he leaped over the balcony.
I'm not,
Oh, it's downstairs? The
Yeah.
thing that's downstairs? Yeah, he's going to leap over. He's going to go,
no, this,
the hand.
the hand goes down the hallway, right? The dead body is over the balcony.
Oh, so you're on the. Oh, this doesn't help. You can't see. You are on the second floor,
Yeah.
and there's a balcony that looks down on the first floor. The hand was down near the first floor, towards the door that goes out to the hallway.
Okay.
And does Sturge know that it was invisible? That's the only reason you could see it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he is definitely. In fact, he's going to cast invisibility on himself first because no. How far down is it? Could he Misty step down there? He doesn't want to make a big scene.
Sure. You can
Yeah.
Misty step.
All right, he's going to Misty step down there and catch that fucker.
So you're going after the hand.
PG-13. PG-13.
And the rest of you are going to examine the body, correct?
Yes.
Rogar was casting the magic circle, and he's going to make sure that the edge of the circle encompasses the Oscar Isaacs looking fellow. Just
Oh,
so
nice.
he has an excuse, to check to make sure he's not evil or anything like a undead or fiend, and also so he can then have an excuse to come over and make sure that it's okay that he cast him.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
he looks like he's a little disgruntled at having to be a bodyguard at a fancy party. But other than that, he looks he is pleased for the magic circle and everything. He appreciates the gesture. Because
Okay,
he
so-
seems to him like you're another guy doing work. All right. So I'm going to have So who wants to take the lead on searching the body? And then I'm going to ask for a roll also at the same time from Sturge for whether he can catch that hand.
I have a +5 in investigation, I'm just going to say.
So are you going to rifle through?
I am, because I'm solving this.
Great.
And it's going to be a really great issue of that chapbook that is an incredible invasion of our privacy.
And
CSI Westgate.
Artemisia, she's going to look at the body, and then she's going to turn to Chris Evans, and she's going to look at him, and she's going to say, so I can do something that is, I think, kind of cool, but I mean, I hope you'll be a little bit impressed. So just watch, okay? And then she's going to turn.
Most curious.
And the wolf, for those who weren't there the last time the wolf was out, very scrawny, but very puffy. So you almost can't tell unless she was like soaking wet, but dark undercoat and then sort of bronze colored fur, which is not a thing that real wolves have, but she does. And so then she's going to go over and start sniffing around the body.
All right. So let's do Sturge's roll first. Give me a dex roll, see if you can catch it.
Okay, just straight dex roll or dex save, or how you want to do that?
Do a save.
Okay.
Dex check.
Okay. And there it goes. Stand by. 24.
All right. You managed to catch it. Remind me, does Mage Hand work with magical items?
Oh, that's a very...
I believe it doesn't in the edition that I last played in.
I was going to say, I know for sure it didn't for a while because we used it as a cheap magic detector.
At which point it slips through your fingers.
Oh, I would just grab it then. I would know that, right? That it doesn't, you can't... Actually, I don't understand. You can't... What can't you do with the...
Mage hands are only used to pick up things that aren't magical. In at least the edition I last played in.
Okay.
Which is... I think I have the card here, but okay, let's do Cecilia was looking at the body.
Yes.
And we will say that you and your sister are working together, and so you get advantage. House ruling.
Aha, 23.
Nice.
All right.
Put that in your chapbook.
Oh.
So you find lockpicks, sour candies, 23 gold, 17 silver, a single caltrip carved from bone, a well-worn book with a salacious cover and the title, "But You're a Troll." A small doll shaped to look like a mischievous little boy, made out of some kind of yellowish wax. It looks at first like it has some kind of hair stuck to it, but you realize it's actually been attached to its limbs like a marionette in a way that could only be intentional.
Okay. Can I do? I'm going to do detect magic on the weird wax figure, and the rest of the stuff too, but particularly the weird wax figure.
All right. So you're doing detect magic on the weird wax figure, and it is definitely magical.
Okay. Can I see Sturge, or has he run off?
Sturge ran off into the hallway, but let's say that he's invisible sight because it's more fun.
Okay. Then I'll be like, Sturge, I need you. Come here.
So
very loud.
We just got a chat that helped do a rules check for us. Thank you for that. That says that Mage Hand can touch magical items in this. So you do touch it, and you get the hand, the draw hand with your Mage Hand.
Okay.
Tiny fun story. When Susan was once my DM and we played the 5e playtest when you couldn't, and the wizard figured out that if he tried to pick up things and they were magical, it wouldn't work. So we used it to detect magic.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
word.
probably why they changed that.
Yeah, it was pretty
Gonna
good.
go out on a limb here.
All right. So Cecilia just called you. You have a wriggling drow hand in a mage hand.
Yep, I'm going to bring it back with me.
Are they like shaking hands? Like, is that?
Yes.
Just over your shoulder.
So
However he wants to carry it.
I'm guessing it's some kind of creepy familiar. But yeah, I'm just going to hold it up in the air because it's helpless as long as it's just struggling in the air. And I'm going to say, "This, can you see this? Anyone? Anyone?
Can we see it?
No.
Well, there's
He's just holding up his hand like this.
Your hand? I can see your hand.
Can Artemisia smell it? Does it smell like anything?
Yeah. You smell a corpse,
There's a
Ooh.
dead
but
hand.
there's also another corpse right in front of you. So it's really hard to tell where the corpse's smells are all coming from.
I wonder, Rogar, if you might dispel the illusion on this space right in front of me. There's oh, bother, just a moment.
I can dispel magic if it's a magical hand. I'm not sure what it'll do to the hand itself.
Give it a
Yeah.
shot.
I mean, I
Worst
can't
case
just
scenario,
dispel
his hand melts,
the illusion
right?
on it.
Free hand.
And also, just as a side note, I'm curious if Cheverash is whispering anything in your head just because it's a drow hand. So,
Well, I didn't bring the sword,
oh, okay.
but I'll put it in a bag. I'll have the mage hand put it in a bag. Then
All right.
I'll tie a knot in the bag and I'll say, would you be so kind as to dispel the magic on the... Everyone can see it now, right? Wriggling in the bag.
Everyone can see the bag wriggling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
A drow-ish looking hand, yes, just the hand, skittered away like a spider. It was invisible, but I can see such things. And so if you could perhaps dispel the invisibility on it, we could deal with it. It's rather suspicious that someone died and a little hand was seen leaving the scene of the crime, don't you think?
Sure. I don't really know anything about this plane, but I found this weird tiny wax boy, and I'm not used to hands running on their own. So yes, I will go with suspicious.
You found a wax boy? What?
This little thing. It looks like a laughing little boy, you said?
Yep, made of wax, and it looks like he has hair tied around his limbs like a marionette.
Yep. This was in her pocket.
How strange.
I don't want to judge other people's cultural traditions. I don't think it's supposed to be in her pocket.
I can cast Dispel Magic on it. Do I have a sense of like what level of spell like an invisibility on a mage hand might be? Like,
oh, it's not. Sorry, I'm no longer holding it in mage hand. I'm holding it in my regular hand, and
right.
that hand is not a mage hand. It's an actual hand.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just wondering, like, how much of Sharindlar's power should I summon in order to try and best dispel this spell? Is basically what I'm asking. Like, just her baseline level of
you think it's her baseline level of power?
Okay. Her default. All right. No extra hail Sharindlar's required. Okay.
No, you can just do the one normal rotation.
Okay. All right. I cast Dispel Magic upon it. Sharindlar, remove whatever foul magics hide this mysterious object from our sight. And I rolled I guess it's versus, so my spell level DC is 16.
All right.
Artemisia's going to growl at the bag because that will help.
All right.
Got it.
All right.
Any other actions? Or shall I? All right.
Maycan's going to bring it out and see if it's visible now.
There is a hand.
It
has blue nail polish. It's a drow hand.
A female drow hand?
Yep.
Ah, how lovely.
It looks like something you might have cut off someone tonight, even.
What have you been doing?
Everyone in the room was like, oh my God. Has he been just like cutting hands off people?
Would you like to look at it? It's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's my precious. I'm going to put it back into the bag and tie the knot in the bag.
Yeah. But you noticed that when people look at it, it holds very still, like it's dead.
Oh, interesting.
And as soon as people look away, it like tries to struggle again. All right. Any actions?
So Stong has been like watching this from the corner of the room because crowds make him really, really nervous tonight for some reason. And so he's gonna point at Sturge and then use the message spell to talk to him directly in his head. And Stong is gonna whisper, and he's gonna say, better reassure these people that you didn't kill that person, right?
This is not her hand.
But she died right in front of you.
No, I was upstairs when that happened. You all were with me, weren't you?
That's right. You
Okay.
did sneak up on us.
I was concerned, but thank you.
It's all right. It's all right. But I can't wait to go to a quiet end of the house and stamp really hard on this hand and see who screams.
Maybe,
All
maybe
right.
we could find a room.
We'll try.
Where would you like to go? There's a whole map of rooms.
I do want to ask Stong, with your bardic knowledge, do you have any idea what this thing could be?
Okay, should I roll like a intelligence or history, arcana?
Arcana would work.
Arcana. That is going to be a 15.
You've heard of this sort of thing before, but it looks like might be from a different system of magic than you're used to. Like maybe one that's not on Faerun at all. But you've definitely heard of wizards who have hands that do their bidding before.
Ooh, I was showing him the wax.
Oh,
thing.
the wax doll.
But you might as well do both while you're at it.
Okay. So yeah, I look at both. Do you want me to re-roll the arcana?
We can give you both, and I'll say it's about the same thing. Like you've probably heard of something similar in Faerun, but this doesn't seem like a magic system you're familiar with.
So in what way is it similar? Like there are wax figurines in Faerun that you tie hair to, or
No, in that there are small dolls that have magic invested in them that do things. Figurines of wondrous power, perhaps.
Okay.
But generally they turn into things and they don't, make people spontaneously combust.
Yeah, I don't want to put this in my pocket, but we should probably bring it with us. Do we have the bag of holding or something we could drop it in?
Get the bag from the buffet table.
You do.
It for it.
Put
Yeah,
it in
this
no,
bag,
I
the
don't want you
doggy
to,
bag.
catch on fire either.
I have a food bag with cupcakes.
Put it in the food bag.
Okay.
Hopefully that won't count as a pocket.
Okay. So there's
All right.
a cupcake filled bag with also a hand in it. No, a doll in it.
No.
The hand, in. The
doll.
hand might squish all the cupcakes.
Yes, that's what I was worried about.
The doll will not squish the cupcakes. Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully it's not
It
a
sounds
hungry
like it's
doll.
about time for a break. So when we come back, we'll take a 5-minute break. When we come back, we'll figure out where you guys want to go next in this mansion.
Back. This is our special episode of Thief's Night, where we have a dead body and a severed drow hand wriggling in a bag. So what's going to happen next, Susan?
So you guys are all about to leave the banquet hall and go somewhere else, having searched the body, found the doll, and found the wriggling drow hand. Where do you guys go? You have a first floor map of the mansion and a second floor map of the mansion.
I am sort of curious. The woman with the night hag mask. Am I right in remembering she was looking over here rather interestedly?
Yes, she was.
I feel like we should talk to her. I would like to go talk to her.
Well, Artemisia should turn back into a half elf and not be a wolf anymore.
I don't know. You can keep tracking scents.
So
Smell the wax.
She'll be very obvious about it. Let's say she does this. She turns back into a half elf. She looks back at Chris Evans to see like what his reaction is, because as a wolf, like she's not very good on the visual.
I love that you didn't find out his character name. You're like, nah, it's good. Chris Evans. We all know who you mean.
Yeah.
They didn't have time to exchange names.
They
Too
were
busy
busy.
flirting. And then she's going to be a wolf again to like come and like walk around and smell things, following in other people's wake.
All right. So you notice that Chris Evans, whose name is Astian in the world, seems very impressed that you not only have your wonderful elf figure, but you also have this other luscious figure that is very furry and pretty. And so impressive. And so then you were going to talk to the woman in the mask, correct?
The night hag mask.
Night hag mask. All right. So,
Who looks like Christian from The Expanse.
right.
I love that.
I'm sorry. One of my favorite actresses, like,
I mean, I picture her perfectly. Her outfit is fantastic.
all right.
So
So
I'm
what do
gonna
you
go,
say?
I go up to her and I say, do you have any idea who that woman was or what just happened? You seemed very interested a minute ago.
Well, the woman was Arissa. She was a low-level light fingers in the guild. That's not the interesting thing about her. The interesting thing about her is how she died. You don't see things like that very often.
No, you do not. I'm glad our planes agree on this particular detail. When you say very often, does that mean that this is something you recognize?
It looks like more Danish magic. Which
More Danish magic?
More Danish.
What is
More
it?
Danish than what?
Can you tell me what can you tell me what that means exactly? Is that a kind of magic? Like,
Well, it's a magic practiced by the people in Mordain. It's usually sympathetic in nature.
oh, interesting.
I'm not an expert on it, but we were looking into it for reasons of our own.
What does that mean? Looking into it for reasons of your own? Were you going to use that kind of magic?
Issues that were sympathetic magic, not the murdering kind, but the curative kind.
Gotcha. So it can be used to cure things too.
Oh, yeah.
When you say
You can transfer a disease from one person to a doll. It's very effective.
doll, like a doll made of wax.
Well, if you're doing a disease, I'm still, again, I'm not an expert on my Danish magic, but if you're doing it with
you do know more than me.
you should talk to Thalsa.
Thulsa?
I'm told the necromancer here once studied more Danish magic in Mordain.
Where's Caliph when we need her?
I know, right? Should be geeking
Assisting
out.
the god of death. Okay, do you know where I might find Thulsa? Also, what is your name? Because I just lectured my sister about not asking people. I'm kind of a hypocrite if I don't. What is happening? Soraya?
Sarani.
Saran. Okay. Very nice to meet you. And Thulsa would be.
Thalsa's a
Sorry, where would they be?
necromancer wearing. I don't know. I haven't seen her this evening. Usually carries around a skull like a pet.
Oh, I think I saw her. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Right. So you guys are probably with that. I remember Sturge said he was running. Is anyone, Sturge, do you want to stay with everyone else while they're doing this talking before running down the hall?
You might be muted, Sturge. I can't really see your mouth, but you're moving your head a lot, and we don't understand you.
He wants to explain to everyone what just happened because it was invisible at first. He'll say, look, this hand was invisible. I can see it invisible. Right when she died, this little hand went skittering like a spider away from her. I suspect it's a familiar, like my owl, that can deliver a touch spell. I believe it delivered a touch spell on this woman, killed her, and ran away, thinking it was invisible to me, but it wasn't. So I grabbed it. I think it may, it's clearly a smelly undead thing. It may actually belong to a necromancer who's missing a hand right now. I suspect if I stamp on it or put it over a candle, it's going to hurt that person.
Okay.
But there's no rush. So
2 important facts.
Oh.
One, I just got told that the creepy little wax doll is a kind of sympathetic magic where you do something to the object and it does something to the person that might be harmful. So maybe it's not a touch spell. Could it? I don't actually know how a hand can carry something and run on its fingers, but I don't need a demonstration because I don't like thinking about it. It sounds okay. Guys, I have a problem. Also, there is a necromancer in this party that we need to talk to, and she's upstairs.
Be interesting if she has both hands.
Let's go find out. That's my vote.
That sounds
about you?
good.
But here's the thing. The hand was running down that hallway. I suspect it was running back to its master. It might be fun to explore that hallway.
Sturge, I would like you to make a dexterity check.
I am impressed you ate something right then. Like you flicked your nose into the air and then like aimed it
Your
into your
man
mouth.
Have you been watching the straw action?
No, amazing.
Okay, I need to make another dexterity check. It might be time to incinerate this thing now before it escapes. I'm having all kinds of trouble with my character sheet. Here it is. And you want a dexterity, right? There it is. Bam. And now go see. This is why we have 2 screens. Where'd it go? I'm sorry.
I think we should at least
Physical dice.
go talk
There it
to
is.
the.
There it is. 19.
All right, you managed to hold on to it.
All right. I've decided to hold it in the mage hand again so that it can't escape. Oh, I guess it can wriggle against the mage
It can
hand.
wriggle against anything.
Okay.
Look, we
I'm
gotta
gonna-
go to necromancer upstairs. Maybe she can tell us like who
Yeah.
is using their hand familiar.
Or just on the way up there while we're going, I'll grab a candle and start to hold the candle to the hand and see what happens as we go.
See if somebody screams.
Maybe actually,
Don't lose it though.
yeah, you're right. Let's tie it up.
All right. So
Tie up the hand. I love it.
Like-
It's so funny. You could put it in my bag of cupcakes, Sturge.
Oh. Not ruin your cupcakes.
It's okay. This is for a greater cause. We're solving a murder.
You know what we
that's
could
That's a
do?
great sacrifice.
all right. So I want you guys to think about it. What you want to do. I'm going to go up and talk with Cecilia.
I think we're all
and
going.
then you
upstairs.
guys, okay, cool. And then you guys are going to have a plan when I get back to you. Cool?
All right.
Great.
Okay.
All right, Cecilia,
All right.
towards a woman in magnificent, everyone is with you. You are walking towards a woman in magnificent antique gown, a skeletal mask, and paint job. In one hand, she carries a black and bejeweled skull, which she's petting absently. Beneath the dress, makeup, and mask, you can just make out horrific burn scars down the left side of her body. The skin over them looks new, still dark and angry. Looks a bit like Sandra Oh, only obviously with all these other things.
Be like, okay, hi, are you Thulsa? Well met.
Hi, well met. Interesting party.
Very interesting. Do your parties usually involve someone catching on fire and dying?
Not if I can help it.
No.
My parties usually involve a great more me and a bottle of wine and a bunch of skulls.
2/3 of that sounds great to me, but the question I had, I talked to Saradni. Am I remembering her name right?
Sarani.
Rani. And she mentioned that you might know something about this and be like, Stong, can you come here with the bag and the little wax doll?
Do you want a cupcake? Here.
Do you offer her a cupcake?
Do you want
Yes.
a cupcake?
Cool.
Strawberry.
You want the strawberry
She'll
cupcake?
take the strawberry cupcake. And you notice she feeds a little to the skull.
Does the skull eat it?
It disappears off its teeth.
Oh man, is this another one of those smart skulls?
Hey, Stong, will you give Artemisia one of the cupcakes? Wolf.
Oh. Mhm. He like slips her one.
What flavor do you serve?
Your dog eating a cupcake.
That was
Ooh,
yeah.
gotta be
nailed it.
falling in love.
All right. So Artemisia, you feel like you're falling in love.
Does it get attached? Is she falling in love with Chris Evans or just with the moment?
It's whatever her brain wants to associate it with. It could be the cupcake. It could be the person who gave her the cupcake. It could be Chris
Power
Evans.
of being the wolf.
Could be the
Oh,
power
yeah.
of being the wolf. Could be herself.
I want
Whatever
good
she
things
wants.
for Artemisia. But you know,
All right.
Chris Evans, sensitive Chris Evans is not a bad thing. Okay, so now she's had a cupcake. I'm gonna show her the little wax doll. Do you know what this is?
Sloppy is what it is.
Oh, interesting. Sarani had said it was more Danish magic.
It's certainly trying to be more Danish magic, but whoever's doing it's. I mean, this person clearly didn't finish their studies.
Why do you say that?
Well, look, there's almost no definition on it. And you see these. You don't know anything
So it
about
was like,
this.
I have not like made a study of wax sculpture. Just be say like, I guess I don't know what it's supposed to look
And
like.
the hair
so-
lengths also aren't even, which means you're getting an uneven distribution of power. It probably meant that whatever happened happened too fast or too slow.
Would that make someone catch on fire?
No, that's the actual spell in the doll.
Oh, it's supposed to make you catch on fire. Got
Oh,
it.
this one, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you know who might do something like that. I'm sorry, I'm grasping at straws here, but I got to solve this because I have to do something cool. Otherwise, my chapbook rep is really crap.
You hear
I'm
Dara.
not saying it was crap. I'm just saying some things are nobody's business.
You hear Dara giggling behind you.
Oh.
I literally chopped the Night King's face. I'm gonna scream at her.
Dara gives you a
She's the type of reader that skips straight to the juicy scenes and doesn't read anything else.
Yep. Dog-eared copies, man. So she says, well, I would say normally you're looking for someone from Mordain, but this is so sloppy. I'd say you're looking for anyone who's not from Mordain. Obviously a wizard of some sort.
Okay. How do I know when someone is from Mordain? Because I'm not from here.
Oh, well, Mordainish people generally worship the god Kalo, so you would see like a storm god kind of paraphernalia. They're probably the most into it from anyone here. So you would see that. You know, this looks like the work of one of my students I had, but she left a long time ago.
Who's that?
Oh, she was just some like girl the Baron had taken in, but she learned from me for a while, and then she thought she was too good for me.
Oh.
She said that she didn't need me anymore, and so she left, and I haven't seen her since.
Wow.
No.
We have a second question.
Yes. I'm going to mage hand the squirmy thing out of the bag and say, this thing was invisible. In the same instant, the woman began to burn, and then it skitter-scattered like a spider out of the room.
That is what hands like to do.
Is it? I'm unfamiliar with that. Is this another magic that is unfamiliar to us from another place?
So Stong had believed that it was similar to magic that you have, but different. That it wasn't something that you guys were familiar with. That's the insight that you had.
It seems like a lot of the magic in this party is similar to, but not the same as from our world. So we would be hard pressed to find something recognizable from our.
Is this a familiar, this hand?
I don't think it's a familiar, but I'm not familiar with familiars. That's not something we do. She strokes the skull again.
Okay, dude, have you seen something like this before? What is it?
I haven't seen something like that. That's not something I teach. I would say that it's probably a branch of necromancy. It looks like someone might have been inventing their own stuff here.
Whoa. Okay. So we are
same sloppy work, so it's probably the same person. Okay. I mean, look at that. It's not even a clean cut.
So we're under the impression that most of this party is from the guild. How many wizards do you know of that are here? Because that seems like where we should look, right?
I honestly only know the one. I mean, aside from myself, Rillin. Rillin and I both have rooms here. I tend I have kind of a black thumb. I tend the Baron's gardens. And I don't know what Rillin does for him. He's very odd.
How would we recognize Rillin if we found him?
He's wearing a mask that looks like a skull, but with two big orange feathers, like a rabbit's ears.
Did we see this guy earlier? That sounds vaguely familiar.
No.
Okay. Oh, it was the night hag's horns I'm thinking of. Okay. Feather rabbit. Got it. Do you guys have any other questions?
Yes. Oh. The name of your former apprentice.
Which I super know. Hold on.
She's toying with you.
She's having some trouble recollecting. Perhaps a cupcake could help jog her memory.
November 7th for our Extra Life episode, where we'll be
24 hours. You have lots of
24 hours of gaming for children.
Laura.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Of course. So, more entertaining than most of these people.
I
I would
don't
like-
want her to tell me she reads the chapbooks, so I would like.
I would never read the tap books.
Well, I didn't say that out loud. But I'm glad she volunteered it.
I would like to go down the hallway where this thing was running. And actually, I would like to find a way to restrain this thing so it doesn't get away first.
All right. So you're restraining it. Give me whatever rope use is in this one.
Actually, I was thinking of skewering it.
Okay, go ahead and skewer it.
Like skewer it onto a block.
There are
of
surely
wood.
barbecue things.
Yeah.
No,
if you want.
I just assumed you were going to use Mr. Whippy.
Oh, thank you. I'll use Mr. Whippy.
Obviously, you don't
And,
have to.
And then use the mage hand to hold it on the blade.
Okay.
Like clasp it on there.
All right. As you're doing that, you hear another scream. It first sounds like a woman's, but is quickly joined by more.
Oh no!
And it's coming from not the banquet hall.
Oh,
Should we go after it? I want to.
well, Artemisia
stuff.
on 4 feet is going to
He's
start
already
running
gone.
towards it. Yeah.
Is
All
it
right. You,
Go after it.
coming? Is it coming from the hallway that the hand was running down originally?
everything is down that hallway.
Ah,
The whole rest of the house. So
Oh.
yes.
all right. Well, it might be the person who just got skewered.
So you start to hear more screaming, not just from that woman as you get closer,
Uh-oh.
following by thundering of feet. And you start hearing, someone help him. He's not breathing.
Oh my God.
Inara, protect us. You find a crowd, as you follow it, I assume.
Yes.
Aye.
You arrive to find a crowd of people in a comfortable looking lounge, all ash wood and twisted iron chairs and tables, lush velvety cushions. One side of the lounge opens out to a glass veranda filled with jasmine and moonflower and several chairs and low tables. It faces a delta and the moonrise. You can see the Baron's private dock and boats below. And then you also see people in a loose circle around a man whose discarded mask almost looks as though it were made from like sections of flesh stitched together. But it's just expert lacquer. His outfit is likewise patchwork. And below that, his lips are bruised, his throat is straining, and his eyes are wide for a second before going glassy.
Oh my God, Rogar!
Rogar.
I mean, he's dead, right? It's clearly dead.
You
So-
guys were running from across the place. So yeah.
Do I see anyone who's wearing like an outfit that's like a mask or something that's bedecked in diamonds?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna say I'm gonna grab it. Say, excuse me, just gonna borrow this, and cast cast Revivify on the
Very
dead person.
Nice.
All right. What when you cast it?
What's that?
What do? Do you chant
Yeah. So I grab it. Say, Sharonlar, bright light of life, shine your light through these bright diamonds and bring this being back to life. And then I do a little jig of life. And
Great. So your jig is incredibly impressive. You notice several of the men are impressed. And also the man comes back to life and then immediately starts choking again.
Oh,
His
no!
turning
Oh,
blue
no!
and his throat swelling.
I start patting his body for a wax figure doll thing.
All right, go ahead and make a dex save to see if you can find it.
Nice.
Or slide a hand if you got it.
Or does he have a hand choking him? That's my first thought.
I'm gonna cast it.
Dex is
see invisible.
sorry, Dex is
You
Well,
don't, go ahead and roll a
16.
perception check.
16.
So 16, you find a small doll carved from a cool
Nice.
green stone to look like a laughing halfling woman in his pocket, hair wound around its limbs like puppet strings. When you find that, Astian, the dragonish elf who looks like Chris Evans, lays a comforting hand on the woman dressed as a ghost, and the woman immediately shrieks and spins, separating herself from the others, and says, "No, get off me. No one touch anyone. Someone is putting these things on us. Was it you? You're a light fingers. One of the best, they say. You could have done it." And Astian looks offended and says, "I don't murder people. And if I did, you wouldn't know about it." Dwarfs
fair.
in red and black snake tattoos, dressed only now in a very tight, very small pair of leather shorts, rushes over to the woman dressed as a ghost and says, "The killer uses clothes. It's dangerous to wear clothes." And he reaches for the ghost. "I will help." And the ghost lady shrieks and says, "No, get your hands off me, you vile thing. You're an assassin. You could have done it." And he says, "I am not a thing. I am Varuk. And you're right. I kill people. But everyone knows when Varuk has killed someone." He looks uncomfortable. Is like, okay, I hate to say it, but he's right. He slips his tongue. It's a signature.
Okay, so Rogar, when he pulls the statue out, does the guy stop choking?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, "What was going on? Thank you." He looks very grateful to you, Rogar.
And you owe that person a diamond mask. Sorry.
I'm slightly less grateful.
Okay, but questions before we go looking for diamond masks. Did you see anything? How did this get in your pocket?
I was just looking at the books, and all of a sudden, I was choking.
Was
I didn't
anybody
even eat
standing next to
anything.
you?
I mean, I suppose I wasn't paying attention, but no, I don't think so.
I need you to have been paying attention.
So
She's choking to death. I'm sorry, I wasn't taking chapbook level notes of your exploits, of my exploits for your book.
I didn't write a book. I would not write a book. I would write a book.
Well,
Yeah,
so
you can write a counter book.
Artemisia is going to go back to Health Elf and check her pockets.
Oh my God, yes. I want to check my pockets.
Naked Parky doesn't sound so bad at this point.
Oh no, we
Everyone
can't
give
do
Never that was a
that.
reason for one.
No, clothes are very, very valuable. They hide us and make sure that people don't really see us.
Oh, Rogar. Stop, Rogar. Stop. You don't sound yourself, lad. Are you all right?
It feels like it's a bit warm in here. I'm just gonna stand over near the entrance and get a little bit of air.
Check your pockets
That's fine.
first.
Okay.
Sturge, if you would please give me a perception check.
Yeah, he rolled a 22. -2 is 20.
All right. You don't see something, but you hear something. You hear a scritching in the walls.
In the walls?
Like
Where?
fingertips just
Right there? Like right in that
No.
wall?
just somewhere in the walls, and then it's gone. Might be a rat.
Okay.
Except.
Yeah,
Boy,
definitely not a
man.
rat.
Okay. Is there a fire here?
In this room?
Yeah.
You are in the comfy lounge. Let me turn to the comfy lounge. I don't believe so.
The Comfy
go-
Lounge, is that on floor 1?
Comfortable lounge. You should be able to see it on your map. Nope. There is tea, plate of sweets, fluffy and silk robes by the door in case you want to change.
Hmm.
Okay, it is on floor 1.
No. Is there a candle? He's just going to hold the impaled hand over a candle
Yeah, you can find a candle.
and use the mage hand to hold it still while he burns it up.
All right. You burn a hand. It
Okay.
smells real bad. Like you
Okay.
thought that like burning some fresh meat was bad, but this is bad.
Is it? Sorry, folks. Sorry, has to be done.
Dirge, that stinks.
Does it stop squirming?
Eventually, yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna just get it on the floor and stamp the shit out of it.
Everyone
So-
kind of looks at you like, what the is wrong with him?
Nothing to see
None of us
here.
knows.
Nothing to see here.
All right.
Did we
Well-
find anything in pockets?
Right. He is alive. So you're going to have to go
No,
through
no, we
your
were
pockets.
checking our
Our pockets.
So I want everyone to give me a perception check, and I will let you know. Obviously, this is not for what's happening right now. It's what's for it could have happened throughout the night.
Okay.
Ooh,
I got a 15.
18.
21 -2.
Why are you minus doing?
All right.
Because of
So
the shadow drink.
19.
Right,
the drink
got that.
thing.
Amisha does find a small doll in her pocket.
Ooh.
Throw it on the floor.
Yeah, she's throwing it
Oh, no,
away.
put it in the bag. Put it in the bag.
It is a doll made of rags, and it has some of your wolf hairs attached to it.
Oh my god,
Oh.
that got made tonight. This is your creepy new. I'm sorry, he's not creepy, but right now the context feels creepy. That you guy over there petting you.
Who was close to you tonight besides him, Artemisia? Was it just him?
So she's gonna stride over there to Astion and say, and she threw it away, but she's gonna point back to where the rag doll is on the floor and say, do you know, was this you? Do you know anything about this?
No, it wasn't me. I wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you. But
We were having fun. I
Inside
thought. Were
I know,
were
I'm ready
you
to
not
jump on
having
it.
fun?
yes, of course I was, but you know, I've had a bad experience with someone recently, and
Oh, I'm sorry. Sensitive Chris Evan eyes.
Well, you know.
Oh, he's innocent,
need to
guys.
talk
Let's
about
move
it?
on.
If he goes to touch her, I feel like Cecilia is gonna run in there and give him a shove.
Okay. So you run and give it a shove. He's like, he holds his hands up. It's like, I'm sorry. Are
If
you?
it wasn't you, who was it? Because you're the one who's been next to her while she's been a wolf.
I've been next to her because she chose to come to me, but
Can I try and intimidate him?
Yeah.
Do you know what my intimidation score looks like?
yes.
I did not roll well, but it ends up being an 18.
He's clearly intimidated, and you notice that he actually moves away from Artemisia. Like he's not willing to tangle with Artemisia if Cecilia is going to be scary in his
Sorry.
direction.
He may have made a voodoo doll out of you, though.
And so you get the impression that he is intimidated. He's like, I swear, I don't know who did that. I'm worried I might be next. I'm worried we should all do what Farouk says and take our clothes off. I hate to be saying that Farouk could be right about anything, but
I mean, I'm
maybe
100%
he's right.
sure there are people in this room who would be very pro you taking your clothes off. However,
He looks a little
it's more important you
scandalized.
empty your pocket.
So could Stong message Cecilia in the meantime?
Yeah.
So Stong from the doorway, he's been watching this, and he's gonna message Cecilia. He's gonna say, "Hey, two things. One, maybe if there's anybody that we suspect of lying, we can make them eat or drink the truth food that is affecting us. And two,
I like it.
maybe we could try using detect magic to see if there's any
Ooh, that's a good point.
Danish magic, more Danish
More
magic.
Danish. Like, I would like some more Danish, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to use my Eldritch Sight and look around the room. Do I see anybody's pockets glowing?
No one else's. Okay, so you see a number of things glowing, but they look like rings or,
Yeah.
you know, general jewelry or whatever. You don't see anyone else. You don't see doll-shaped things glowing.
Okay. We don't see the guy with the feather bunny ears.
No, you do not.
Okay.
There are a lot of rooms in this mansion.
I kind
Yeah,
of feel
let's
like we
keep
should
scanning.
keep going.
Yeah.
Look for
Well,
more glowy pockets, and we should look for. I forgot what his mask looks like. A skull with bunny ears is what I'm
Yes,
remembering.
with orange feathers for
Okay.
bunny ears.
what are we?
Oh, sorry.
Which room are we in now?
The comfy
The
lounge.
comfy room.
Comfy lounge,
I see.
Floor,
And
first floor near the north.
first floor, comfy lounge.
Okay.
You're across from the guest rooms and private dining, dumb waiter. And on the other side is the cheese stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go stand next to the cheese table for the rest of the night. We don't have to worry about this, except that does not solve my problem with Dara over there. So
What?
Well, following us.
you guys can go to the cheese, and Artemisia can go elsewhere with Astion.
no, we're gonna go find the.
Before we
what's the-
leave,
Hmm.
I guess I don't know. Stong is really shy right now, but this is kind of like an awkward way to start a conversation with anybody. But he would like to point and message at the almost murder victim, and he would like to ask, "Hey, hey, you look towards the doorway at the half orc.
He
Yeah,
looks
that's
towards
me.
the door.
I'm messaging
His
into your
eye-
head right now.
His eyes widen.
I'm trying to help my friend solve the murder, but there's too many people around. I'm feeling a little timid. But is there a relationship that you might possibly have with the first murder victim?
Ooh, good guess.
He gets a response, correct? How many?
Yeah.
If it's he can just say it out loud too. I can just hear it.
Okay, so he will just say it out loud. He'll be like, and just to kind of talk to the air because he's not sure how this works. And he says that we're both in the guild, and I think that's it. We're both light fingers.
They do a recent job together.
Are you going to ask?
Yeah.
Cool. No, she always worked with two others, Drew Barrymore and Lucy Liu.
Oh, strange names. But this is a strange place.
Sturge
Thank
is going
you.
to message him too.
Poor guy.
He's going to say,
Oh, man.
Voices in his.
I'm the one with the nose mask. I have a question for you. Did you ever have any acquaintance with an apprentice wizard named Laura?
And he just looks a little bit confused, and he's like, "No, I don't tend to deal with wizards.
Thank
Why
you.
is everyone talking to my head instead of just talking to me? This is really strange."
Very common where we come from.
Oh, I didn't want to cultural. Okay.
Well, I'm not telling a lie exactly because Sturge does do that a lot.
True.
So maybe that's the trick. I just have to tell truths that are a little bit crooked.
Mm.
And I just wanted to add a quick aside. So what that Rogar, after he revived this guy, he realized, oh my gosh, here is an opportunity. This is a whole new plane to introduce Sharindlar to this world. And so he's going to to this person whose life he just saved, he brought back from the dead. He's going to speak of the glory of Sharindlar, the power of life, and how he now has a second life, and all of the wisdom of Sharindlar on how to best, to fulfill that life with love and happiness and positivity.
Roll to persuade him.
All right. This is one of my good tests. On a 20.
Nice.
Oh, that's 26.
All right. He would like to talk more, and also he wants to know if you'd be interested in maybe changing into some robes, going to the sauna, and talking more about, the god.
Sure.
New lust for life. Just died.
Yes, absolutely.
Do it,
All right.
Rogar, do
This is,
it.
so exciting. I'm perhaps introducing Sharindlar to an entire new world, and in the best possible way. So let's go do it.
Okay. The rest of us who were not getting action. What's that?
One last question, and that's it. I promise.
Okay, he's very excited about this new divine opportunity, and he will look at you, but you can tell his attention is on Rogar.
I say, which previous rooms have you been in tonight?
I've wandered most of this place. I went looking for Rillen earlier.
Ooh, that is somebody we need to find.
He has guest rooms here, so I was looking in the guest rooms, but no one was there.
Okay. Well, that's
I also
good.
checked the room of curiosities because I figure if a wizard's going to steal anything in this place, it's going to be from there.
Interesting.
All right, now I want to hear more about this god.
We'll pick Rogar up in 20 minutes.
We can just say that happened,
Well, it's been
and then
50
you can.
years. That's fair.
You guys are upstairs. The sauna is upstairs, I noticed. So while Cecilia does not want to cramp Rogar's style, there's also a little there's a murderer here, and for all we know, this guy faked his own attack to lure you into a sauna. I'm just saying it could have happened. That's not a lie. That's a thing that could have happened.
So if he hears Cecilia say this out loud,
okay,
then the former victim will say, "They're right. you need to use your goddess powers to help all these people. But I'll be waiting in the sauna for later when you're done.
Excellent.
I was
Okay.
just gonna kind of, be in this vicinity in case Rogar shouted. That's all.
Like,
Yeah, I
you're
mean-
right. I guess I have a greater mission to protect all life here. Okay. He starts to walk a little awkwardly in his armor. Okay.
Okay, so we've
Before
been told the guest rooms aren't where we want to go.
Before we leave, Artemisia wants
God,
to
this is
cast
so
Dispel Magic on the doll
That's a good
Okay.
call.
from her pocket.
All right. So, dispel magic.
Yes.
Is there anything weird about that?
It automatically.
And automatic
light
for
up
anything. You're going to have to
like a
roll.
candle. I drank something. I can't tell her that.
Yeah, you're going to have to go ahead and roll.
Oh, die doesn't suck this time. Yay. So that is 21.
Okay.
Nice.
You believe that you have removed the magic from the doll.
Shall we explore some guest rooms looking for this fellow with the rabbit
I
ears?
mean, Rogar's new friend just said that nobody's in the guest rooms. So
Hmm.
I think we should look somewhere else. I kind of vote we go upstairs. But maybe we should peek next in this dining room that's next door.
Sure.
You mentioned a room of curiosities or inquisitions or
I
something.
feel like, Sturge, we need to keep you out of that room. But I also think maybe we have other things we need to do besides keeping you out of a room. So I don't know.
What room are we speaking of?
Nothing. There's no room. Dang it.
Yeah.
Talking about the room of oddities that's upstairs. And he said if a wizard was going to steal something, he would go in the room of oddities. So obviously I'm worried about you going in the room of oddities and never coming out because you have to steal everything. Oh my God.
I'll help you, Sturge.
I'm certain there would be something interesting there. Let's go see.
Okay.
All right. So you are currently in the comfortable lounge, and you make your way down. Give me perception checks as you make your way down towards the stairs. Which stairs are you taking up? There's 3 choices. Well, 2 major ones.
I got a 1. So I guess that balanced the 20.
That kind of makes sense given where you are right now.
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
attention's elsewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
I rolled a 4. I think I'm looking for Dara again.
Okay. You probably see her, which is probably why you got a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I feel like
I only got a 4 too.
I need to send you. Are you on roll 20? Is anyone on roll 20?
No.
No.
Stong, I think you are. I saw something on there, but
I'm,
I feel like I need to screenshot my rolls tonight because I have rolled nothing but things 19 or higher for the last 4 rolls.
I mean, it is Thieves' Night. You could say it's the blessing of the God of Thieves.
There you
we
go.
believe you, man.
well,
Yes.
Cecilia, as she passes, Dara is going to scream. I'm also the one that figured out we had to go in the astral dreadnought. Is that in your chat book?
Oh yeah, I remember that totally. God. So, what do you think of Seetsen as a name, or
As a name for what?
Well, I mean, you and Sauershin.
your child.
Oh. Oh.
I need both of you to stop talking.
Sauria? Is that?
Oh
better?
my God.
Oh.
I'm going to stop for the stairs.
That's a
All right, so you're going to the middle stairs. Or did anyone succeed? Sturge, you said you did well.
I
Yes?
also got a 22.
Okay, so and also Stong did well. So when you pass the reading room, you do notice there's a man in there with a mask with 2 rabbit ears on it.
Good eyes, Sturge. I'm still stomping for the stairs. I don't
The
know.
reading room is right next to the stairs.
Yeah,
so-
but I'm a
Yeah.
woman. You can stop me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Do you guys keep going for the stairs?
Sturge, are you going to tell us?
Stong also found it. Saw
You're
it.
on-
You're muted.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just shy. I don't want to talk about it.
You're muted in Zoom, Sturge.
I'm not going to tell it.
I will talk about it. I found the bravery inside to tell you
yeah.
guys
Oh, yeah.
to
The
point
reading
out
room.
the
Thank you.
orange feather.
There we go.
I'll just grab Cecilia's sleeve and say, "Oh, there's the guy with the ears."
Oh, good. Okay, we go in the reading room.
All right. So this has floor-to-ceiling shelving. It's filled with books. A man in a skull-like mask with feathers for rabbit ears on either side is reading one of the books from one of the many comfortable chairs, sipping tea. He looks a bit like Jeff Goldblum, which is, it's funny because all these people have
I like
masks.
this picture in my head. There's that. It's like Jeff Goldblum, but with a mask that covers his face.
He has a certain presence.
Yeah, sure.
As you enter, all the books fly off the shelves. Give me dex checks, everyone.
Whoa.
A save or a...
Yes.
Not that it matters. Oh, no, it does matter. Sorry.
Oh, jeez. I got a 2.
11.
8.
3.
So Sturge still has see invisibility, or at least it lasts for 10 minutes. So he would take advantage of that. He only rolled a 12 though for this time for his
18 for Artemisia's dex check.
So Artemisia's fine. She narrowly skips out of the way. Everyone else gets hit in the face with a book and takes 2 points of damage from book in the face.
Ow!
I feel like I'm more emotionally embarrassed than physically hurt.
Sometimes knowledge hurts.
On the wall, you notice there's a framed map of the premises behind where the books were.
Oh, do we not have already? Sorry.
Huh?
Do we not have a map already?
You do.
Okay.
This is a more complete map.
Oh.
As you are coming in, you hear Rillen say, "Whoa! What did you do?
That wasn't you?
Why would I mess up books? Books are amazing."
I don't know you, man. I don't know your deal.
Oh, that's right. Hi, I'm Rillen.
We've been looking for you.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
That's concerning.
Salsa
What is it
said,
this time?
Salsa said we should talk to you about these creepy little figurines and maybe an apprentice named Laura. I forget what else. A hand?
Laura wasn't I didn't have an apprentice named Laura. He asked to hold the doll.
Okay. Oh, we'll let him have the doll.
He looks
put
at
it in
it.
your pocket.
He looks at it and he just kind of looks concerned. And then he starts cursing and is like, "Of course they think this is me. They always think it's me when there's hair involved."
Do you have a reputation or something?
He looks embarrassed.
hair fetish.
If you make, let's see, Rogar, you're checking people out tonight who are male. You notice that there is quite a bit of hair on his cloak and everything.
You make hair dolls?
No, it's for Bristle. She's a friend of mine. She likes new hair. But it doesn't mean I do this.
You have a friend that likes new hair? I don't understand what that means, and I'm very uncomfortable right now.
Here, I could show you if you'd like.
I don't know. Do I want to see this? Maybe I do. I guess we do. What if Bristle's a murderer?
Come with me.
Okay. I think you guys have to come with me too, because otherwise I'm going to get killed.
Stong's going to quickly put all the books back on the shelves because otherwise it would drive him crazy.
All right, so you're a little bit behind. Stong, as you do that, you notice that there's a gap in the map near one of the bedrooms, one of the guest bedrooms, that it appears like there's something wrong with a map. Like like when you look at your map and then you look at that map, there's a piece that's there that's not on yours. Almost as if there might be a secret area. You also notice that there's seems to be space for and like access points to a basement, but there isn't a basement. All right, so the rest of you are walking towards Rillen's room.
Guys. Okay.
Okay.
So you pass a number of rooms to get to Rillen's room. And when you do, you hear this shh coming from all around you. And then you see a long tendril of hair slip down and curl around his throat. And he just kind of like reaches up and starts petting it. "It's okay, girl. You can come down." And you notice that he has like some scissors and a big brush and like a weird looking like circle with a thing with runes on it. And he takes the big brush and starts brushing it, and you see that there's just this giant mass of hair, like a hair golem in the room. Yes. This is Bristle. I take her with me everywhere. You can see that she's not a doll. However, when I think about it, some of the hair I've collected is missing.
Hmm.
I'm sorry,
that's
you
so
have a
cool.
hair golem?
That's so cool.
He's petting it. Would you like to pet her?
I'm definitely good. I don't
She's
want to
mis-
pet the hair golem.
Little
Wait.
tendril comes out towards you.
Oh, I wish I was there.
I don't think I'm here for this.
Hmm.
Okay, so you're missing hair though?
He pulls out a case and shows you, and there's all these little baggies, and it has little names on them. All the party members.
Did you steal our hair?
No, sorry, the people at the party,
Okay,
not you guys.
Someone took Artemisia's hair too.
Well, I don't have that one, but if you look here, you see some of my hair are missing, including Cameron Diaz's hair. She has a name in the game, but you're never going to remember.
You told us her name was Arissa. earlier.
Right. Good, nice memory.
I marked her dead on the sheet.
Oh.
Don't worry about this one anymore. Okay.
You know, I've heard some strange noises coming from the rooms next door,
What
even
kind
though
of
no one's
noises?
in there.
Oh.
What kind of noises?
Like rats.
Yes, I've heard that in the walls here as well.
Ugh.
Can we get into the room next door?
Can you show us?
Are you going to leave the
I think
room?
So?
Yeah,
right.
I feel like the hair golem has told us what we want to know, and now we want to go next door.
All right. Stong, you catch up.
Guys, there's secret rooms in this place. There's
Oh my
a
God.
difference between the maps that we have and the map that was in the library.
Where would you
Is
say?
it this one by chance? They point at the door that Rillen said was making scratchy noises.
Aren't they on the second? Oh, the secret floor is on the second floor, and then the basement room is.
They're near the guest rooms.
So,
Okay, so I point to where I think they are.
Yeah. In addition, so while your Rilling comes out and hands you 2 books, one of which is a little primer on golems, and he hands it to Cecilia because she was talking to him just in case she wants to create a hair golem of her own.
Oh my God.
But
I
it has
do
other
not.
golem stuff too. And then it's also handout number 9, the other geekier code.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
I'm gonna start looking for a secret door while we're.
Have we seen any of these runes as we've been going around the
Yes.
house? Where?
You saw them on the skulls. You saw them on the hairdryer.
Are they on
you-
the walls?
You don't see them on the dolls.
Okay.
So you are checking for secret doors in the room.
Ooh, we're getting raided, guys.
Hey, welcome Raiders.
Hey. This is when other Twitch viewers come and show up in a mass.
An
Awesome.
awesome mass.
Guys.
All right. So you're entering a room that is lavishly decorated with hardwood beds, dark blue silk sheets, wide open windows with real glass, and a small side room with a copper dragon-footed bath with runes etched on the side.
Whoa. Okay. What are the runes for?
So the runes are, you should have a bath's glyph.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that's what you see.
Okay.
And you have the
So-
other geekier code if you want to figure it out, or I can just tell you to save time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to figure it out.
They do say, you know, if you're going to increase your property value, bathrooms and kitchens are where you want to put your runes.
All right, so you're searching for secret doors, and give me your roll.
Is that investigation?
Yeah, just give me investigate. Anyone searching the entire room, just give me.
25.
Nice. So you find one of the stones on the floor near the window is not quite settled. Lifting it, you find a small hollow in which you find a small number of heavily charred dolls, each with their eyes scratched out and their hands missing. You also find handout number 5, Bad Dreams.
Oh goodness.
Hmm.
These runes seem to fill the bathtub with hot water.
Yes.
I would like these runes on my bath. I assume they keep the water hot.
Hmm. Opening bad dreams.
Okay, should I read this?
Yeah,
Or Sturgis got it. Do you want to read it?
sure.
You can skim if it's too long. Also, it's very long.
Okay, we can all read it silently then.
Oh,
No, you should read it out loud.
Here, I'll read it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. 10-1. Samia invited me to stay at her place after mine burned down. I miss my folks, but even they can't blame me. This place is so nice. Like, she must be crazy rich. She has this cheese. It was made from displacer piece. No, this one guy, and now he's dead, so they have the only supply. Well, it's divine. Maybe she'll be able to help me repair my dolls. I just can't seem to get the smell of smoke out of them. The only thing is, I keep having these weird dreams where it's like I'm waking, but I'm not. Something's holding me down. I can barely breathe. I can't see its face, but it has long, scraggly hair that gets in my face, and then I wake up. 10-13. I heard they used to call her father the Bloody Baron, that he was some kind of pirate. Knew it. Samia says it's true. I wonder if he kept things from any of his victims, or is that only serial killers? I have plenty of time when Samia is at her lessons. I'm learning too. False is teaching me magic. Do we find Laura's journal?
Oh.
I animated a rat today, and the Baron gave me a key to the arcane library. The books in there are so fancy. I think they're nicer than my best jewelry. Still having those dreams, red eyes glaring down from that face. I can feel the steam of her breath. Isn't that funny? Somehow I'm sure it's a she. 10-23. I will find the Baron's secrets. They have to be somewhere. He can't just have gone from bloody pirate to mundane cosmetics, Baron. People don't change. My parents could stand to learn that. They say I've changed. I haven't. I'm just becoming who I've always been. The books in that library, they have some on dolls. It feels like they were meant for me. More dreams, but they're not as scary now. I could swear it has Samia's face. 10-27. My dolls, they're beautiful just the way they are. I don't know why I wanted to fix them. My parents tried to disown me, but my dolls took care of them. Now they can't. Can't skip out on my inheritance. I know the Baron's secret. It's not what I thought. They think they can get to me too, but they won't. I'll get to them first. Dreams. Ha! Dreams can't hurt me. What the hell, guys?
Who's Samia?
Samia is the Baron's daughter.
The Baron's daughter.
Oh.
And she also has a room here that you have on your thing.
Oh, we should go there.
So, okay, so some girl, Laura, came here and then was slowly driven mad and killed her parents and having dreams about Samia. Is that how I read that?
I think Laura came here and started having weird dreams
Aye.
and of something leaning over her, and it started to maybe change her, and then she killed her parents, I'm pretty sure, with dolls. So Laura definitely seems high on our suspect list, but we haven't.
Yeah, let's go.
But it's maybe not Laura, it's whoever drove Laura mad.
That is a
So-
good point.
We may find Laura, but then we need to find who did it to her.
Well, Samia's face. What she said, it has Samia's face.
So where are you guys
Yeah.
going? What are you going to do?
Samia's room.
Well, yeah, where's Samia's room? Is that upstairs?
Seems like a
Yep.
good idea.
It's right above you,
Oh dear.
directly above you. So
Can we
you,
teleport to the ceiling? Does anybody have that ability?
if
Or we
anyone
should just
does,
telekinesis us through it. It's fine.
all right. So you go down to the main stairwell, then
Probably.
back up, and you go down past a study, a dumbwaiter, and then you
The
get
dumbwaiter
to
go up? Can we just ride the dumbwaiter up?
If
I mean, the
you
stairs
found-
are right there, but okay, the dumbwaiter.
Yeah,
Let's do
stairs.
it.
Sorry, I'm making this too complicated.
Get your steps in, Cecilia.
you could do the dumbwaiter, but only one at a time.
Nah, forget it. Let's go
Okay.
upstairs.
Or no, wait. Let's say we could do 3 at a time.
Just do the stairs.
You'd be real close. All right, so you enter Samia's room. You open the door, and the room is in shambles. It's clear it was once lavishly decorated like the rest of the mansion, but the midnight blue canopy, strung with crystalline stars, has been ripped to shreds. Across the walls, written in something viscous and red, two words over and over again: "Die, Samia."
Oh no!
Wow.
As you hear this, you hear a scream. It says, "Baron, it's your daughter! It's your daughter!"
Oh no!
Oh.
We could go out there and
There
stop that.
is, you walk into the hall if you want to do that, and you see a girl who has been, looks like she's maybe 16, and she's made entirely of a glossy wood.
Whoa.
And the Baron just says, is quickly taking her away and is saying, "Get Dora! I require scrying immediately. Anyone who can catch the person who did this
Is that
will be richly rewarded."
Is
that your
your
daughter?
daughter?
Yes, it
When it-
was.
Can I
Inspects
cast?
that room.
Like,
Okay, you're going to inspect the room. Give me a roll.
Okay. Go ahead, Rogar. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna ask, like, does Rogar get the sense, like, if he maybe passed like greater restoration or something, like if that would possibly like if it's like a curse or something, if it would be the equivalent of a curse, whether that might lift it.
You're not sure. This one looks trickier than the others because the doll that has the sympathetic magic is wood inside her pocket along with her. So you think it would work on someone maybe who wasn't bound that way.
Okay.
What's your search?
14.
All right. Is anyone else helping search?
I will help search too. 17.
All right. So Sturge, you find a beholder piggy bank with a bunch of platinum and gold in it. You find a small hole in the wall of her closet that looks big enough for a rat to crawl through. And then Cecilia, you find handout number 6, puberty sucks. And at the back of her closet, what appears to be last year's Halloween costume, which is a harpy costume made with, as far as you can tell, real harpy feathers.
Oh.
You also feel a panel in the wall that feels hollow.
Ooh.
It has a T glyph on it, if you're looking at glyphs.
Which one should we examine first? Should we look at puberty sucks, or should we look at the glyph?
I think we should look at puberty sucks. If somebody else wants to look at the glyph, I can read it. Unless someone else wants to read.
Go ahead and read it.
All right. You guys figure out what the glyph that looks like a T. Is that what you said?
No, it's glyph. It's just a code name.
Yep.
Oh,
strange
sorry.
glyph.
Got
Glyph
it.
T.
Okay, so somebody look at that, and I'll read this. 9/27. Today I turned 16. As a present, Dad moved me into Mom's old room. He said she would have wanted me to have it. Then he started getting creepy, saying I was a woman now and I would have secrets. So it made sense for me to have a room in which I could keep them. I was really excited at first, but it seems awfully small. Still, it seems to mean a lot to Dad. 10/1. Today, Dad invited some girl from my neighborhood, Laura, to live with us, which seems a bit extreme. I mean, I know her house burned down and all, but couldn't he have just given her money or something? Anyway, Dad says it's because a budding woman needs companionship. What is with Dad and this womanly stuff anyway? Mom, I miss you. I know you'd have a good laugh at him right now. 10/11. Amadea's teeth. Was this what Dad was talking about? My skin is awful. My hair is getting all dry. It's like impossible to keep from tangling. There's so much pain in the blood. Wish Mom were around. I asked Dad, and he said it's perfectly normal, and then started talking about me blossoming into womanhood. I can't even. I think I found Mom's secret, though. There's a lot more to this room than meets the eye. I can't believe Dad didn't just tell me, unless he didn't know. 10/23. I want to talk to my mom. I asked Thalsa, and she said, because we don't have her body, we can't. But there are things I've never been interested in before. Things I've done. Oh, and Laura's still around. She seems nice enough. I don't know why she's so obsessed with me, though. She said she's dreaming about me. Ick. 10/27. I can't believe this is happening to me. I thought I was just dreaming. This can't be normal. Mom's room. There have to be answers somewhere. She wouldn't have left me to face this all alone. She wouldn't. This place is weird. I don't feel like
I'm getting like a sense of like Carrie meets Blackbeard's ghost kind of a thing.
right. I don't think she's talking about normal blossoming into womanhood kind of stuff.
Doesn't sound like it.
I mean,
Sounds
I almost
like she's coming
did.
into a dark power.
Yikes. What's in that? Did you guys figure out what the rooms are?
Well, they're not on the
room
code sheet that we have.
No,
Right.
see- okay, so it's a circle with a triangle and it doesn't match. Is that what?
But you did notice that the wall was hollow.
Yeah, let's go in. Let's
Bash
check
it.
that out.
All right. So you can tell it's a secret door. You move it aside and it opens up into a long corridor. And it leads. Are you going to go down or are you going to just? Okay, cool.
There's a secret in here.
The door opens up to
Why
a dome.
puberty sucks so bad and sounds like serial killers.
The door opens into a domed hexagonal room. The walls are plated with gold, and a soft, warm light streams in from behind the bone lace paneling on the ceiling, casting the pattern on everyone and everything within. In the center of the room, looking distinctly out of place, is a mossy stone well. On the wall is a carving of a golden devil with its mouth held into an O position. The mouth is is a hole. Below the devil on the wall is what looks like it should be a nameplate with an inscription in Dwarvish. You can also just make out the corner of what looks like an inscription under the limestone. Around the well. You see that same mark that you saw in the bedroom, which is like a diamond with a circle and a line through it on one of the walls. You also notice the well, which isn't necessarily that deep, is filled with a clear, still liquid that looks oddly viscous, as if it's somehow trapped at the top of the wall. In the bottom of the well, just far enough that if you leaned over the well, you could reach the bottom with your hand, is a small golden key. You can make perception checks or investigate if you want to learn more about any of these things.
I'm gonna definitely mage hand that key out.
So the well has the well glyphs that are in the.
There are glyphs around the well,
Okay.
and it should have well glyphs. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
There
so
are also small glyphs on the key, which is key glyphs.
Okay. So the well glyphs say that it's binding or summoning anti-magic. So protection against magic, maybe.
So
Trying to keep his daughter contained.
Mm-hmm.
And then
You keep hearing
or
well?
protection. Yeah. So and then the key is summoning free.
I could tell you if you can't find it.
Well, so summoning free acid. I'm trying to
Summoning
parse
free
that.
acid, free drugs. All right.
Okay, so that
Absolutely
might be
free.
acid in the pool, and glad I mage handed that out. And then the other.
Well, you can't mage hand it out because the negate magic stops your hand and dissolves your magic hand as it touches it.
Oh, so
You also notice but when you get close, let's say you do that and a little bit of acid splashes and you notice a riddle there that you didn't notice before.
Okay.
Pinch me, pull me, toss me, tool me. When you're done, then heat and cool me. If you fail, I'll warp and crack. So do it well or change your tack. Does anyone want to read the inscription in Dwarvish? Can anyone read Dwarvish that's near the hole?
Roper, you better read.
If only we had a dwarf handy.
Right. Yes, I could. I'll read the Dwarvish inscription.
All right. It says, feed me.
Oh, it says feed me.
Oh, but I was saving some of these cupcakes for Mirabelle.
is there a keyhole in its mouth?
I won't tell you what it.
So there's a hole. So what we feed into it maybe answers the riddle.
So there is not a keyhole in it to answer your question. However, you do see a keyhole near that symbol that you saw, the same one that had been near the secret door in the room above.
Huh.
See if I can grab it out with the tip of a dagger. The key.
So you start to put your dagger in and your dagger melts.
Oh no.
Oh.
So we do need to solve the riddle. I
Is
think.
it okay? Can you say it again? Because I have a guess. But
Pinch me, pull me, toss me, tool me. When you're done, then heat and cool me. If you fail, I'll warp and crack. So do it well or change your tack. And then there's the devil on the wall that says feed me with a hole beneath it.
my first guess is clay.
Right, that's what I was. Thinking.
Or wrought iron.
I was thinking metal.
Oh yeah, that would do it too. Do we want to put your half melted dagger in its mouth and see if that works? Because we don't have any clay, so that's why I was like, this seems like a really frustrating answer.
Were none of the little dolls that we?
Wait,
No, the riddle is on the well, and the inscription "Feed me" is under the.
Oh, okay. So metal isn't the thing that will get through the acid because you stuck the dagger in it,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, so there's a well. I'm sorry. There's a well with acid in it.
There's a well with acid in it that has the riddle on it, and then on the other side, there's the mouth with the "Feed me" inscription under it and a hole.
So we have to get something out of the acid that we can feed into the mouth.
I don't know that they're connected.
No,
Sturge found a keyhole on the wall that the key belongs in.
Okay.
So you know that you need to get the key for the keyhole, and you know that you need to get something that can go through the acid, and you know that there's something that says "feed me" on the wall.
Feed it a cupcake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick one of the ones you wouldn't give Maribel.
But she loves all the cupcakes. Okay, so
Does
Stong
she?
looks
Some of those seem
inside.
grown up.
Actually, that is a really good point.
The exquisite wonder of dreams chased by their subsequent loss upon waking. She doesn't need that. She's a kid.
Maybe it would help her mature. I give it a strawberry cupcake.
All right. So you hear a wet, crunching, ripping sound, the devil burps, and there's a mechanical grinding sound, and it presages the opening of a panel in the wall.
Oh,
There,
wow.
in 2 neat rows, are a series of hands. Handout number 7, need a hand.
Uh-oh.
You see a squishy hand that looks almost like a fungus with holes in the top. There's a bone hand. There's a giant bird claw, an orange and black striped hand with a backwards thumb, a hand that's scaly and red, a glass hand, a massive stone hand, a gold gauntlet, feathery red-orange tentacle, a pink mask with a mouth on the end instead of fingers,
Ew.
a big clay hand, a human hand with a wart, and a long bone spur with a hook at the end, oversized green pincher, and a bluish tentacle with soft spines on the end.
Okay.
Clay hand.
Clay hand, but also
Yes.
glass hand might be the answer.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Both kind of fit, and I kind of feel like maybe glass a little more.
For acid, sure.
Can I just take both of them and we'll just try them both and see what works?
Yeah.
So you take the hand.
Uh-huh.
What do you do with it?
I'll take the glass hand and stick it in the acid.
All right. The glass hand unfortunately gets dissolved in the acid.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so I'll take the clay hand.
Yeah.
Acid.
The clay hand is fine in the acid.
Okay. Is it possible to use the clay hand to scoop it up?
It's just kind of like an inert giant hand that looks like it might have come from a clay golem.
That's upsetting.
Maybe you can like press it onto the key,
Is it
like mash it against
it's
the
like
key.
mashy like clay?
You notice that the end has a bunch of magic on it.
The end of the hand?
Yeah.
Oh,
As if it's
okay.
meant to be attached where there was once a hand before.
Okay. Do I put it on my hand? Do I have to cut my hand off? Susan Morris!
Wow.
Did you do what I think you did?
Solve a puzzle. Dang.
Okay, apparently this is someone's new hand.
Not it.
Are we gonna draw straws?
So I guess
Attach it on
Stong
your
raises his
elbow.
hand and yeah, you could. I trust Rogar to reattach it.
I don't know reattachment.
I don't want to chop your hand off, but I also kind of wonder if my axe is going to be the best thing to chop a hand off.
Wait, are we seriously talking about chopping someone's hands off?
We are seriously talking about chopping someone's hand off.
Like, let's
Okay.
go grab that dwarf, that very dwarf guy who's always like, I'll kill everything. It's
Hey,
be
we
like,
need you for a second.
hey, wouldn't you know what you could kill really good with? A clay golem hand, right? And then, like, I bet we could convince
Oh.
him.
Actually, I have animate objects. I'm wondering if I could use that on the clay hand, and then that would
Ooh.
act as some sort of like
but it
arm
would
motion.
negate
Oh, right,
magic
the
and
magic, the anti-magic.
Okay, but think about this, Stong. You could, after you attach the clay hand, you could attach any other one of these and have you could have a pink undulating mass with a mouth on the end.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I feel like at some point Cecilia's going to be like, just do it to me. But I am going to make the point that your hands are damaged, right?
Well, and also orcs are incredibly good with pain. I'm very hardy. I feel like I'm the one that's least likely to have
And-
mortal damage from this.
And so, I mean, what one of these hands might be the thing you could play more amazing music with.
Totally
mean,
true.
The Rakshasa hand with the backwards thumb.
Could carve holes in like one of the fingers and turn it into a flute.
Look, guys, I think we should really solve this murder. So I'm willing to
Okay.
make the
All right.
sacrifice.
I'm gonna
Okay.
summon my
Just-
packed weapon.
God.
All right, what do you do?
Artemisia can't watch.
I'm
Okay,
gonna pre-eat this cupcake. That's the forgiveness cupcake. I'm gonna...
Dong, I'm really sorry about this. Don't feel
Oh,
okay,
no.
but I'm gonna do this for you as fast as I can. So I'm going to count to 3.
I trust you.
One.
I'll heal it. It won't restore the hand. I heal.
I didn't count to 3 so he wouldn't, panic. And then I stick the clay golem hand on.
It binds.
Oh my
You feel
god.
it.
That
Feeling.
hurt.
And you can use
more
it
than I
just
thought
like
it
a
would.
normal hand.
There we go. We have
Whoa.
officially had the Aaron M. Evans signature hand mangling.
I tried to turn
That's
the
in the
hand
original
360.
too.
Was it
Is the
really? I
hand
forgot
turned
about
at
that.
360? I try to do a 360 with my hand. Like,
All right.
how far could I rotate it on my wrist?
Pretty far because it's so big. So it looks like it's going farther than it is.
Hellboy attack.
All right.
Yeah.
You going to go for it?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. You pull the key out. The acid passes over. It feels kind of cool, but you actually almost feel like it's healing you.
Oh.
And, if you looked in the primer book on golems, you'd learn that clay golems have a unique reaction to acid.
Ugh, reading
Wow,
books
I'm really
takes
glad we
forever,
didn't
though.
read anything. Okay. Here we have the key.
That wasn't a document, right?
It was something that Rillin handed you.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been trying to read the handouts.
Oh, you are. Yeah.
So I guess Stong's gonna hand this key over to Artemisia. Go.
It's still a little acidy,
Oh, my bad.
but you're okay. Just slight finger burns. All right. What do you do with it? Do you take it to the keyhole?
Yeah, in the wall.
All right. Key fits the lock perfectly. You turn it. The wall spins open silently, revealing a short hallway that runs up to the side of the golden chamber and then turns to the right. At the end, it opens into a small room, and you find a number of things. You find a letter attached to a book made from black leather with well-worn pages. It's written in Sylvan. Handout
speak
number
that.
8. Advice for growing girls.
That's like my most useless language. I'm so happy it has a purpose.
You also find a extra large box of dark chocolates, a bottle with pink liquid in it, a sewing kit with a big needle, the kind used for leather case with a variety of knives in them that look like it could be used for skinning and boning a fish, a rack and basin for stretching, tanning leather, a hunk of black glass that's all misshapen, about as big as your fist, and a black leather bag roughly stitched.
Oh,
You also
Right.
see a couple extra scraps of leather. You pull something out. It looks kind of like a lumpy with some hair on it and multiple holes. And you realize it's a face.
Oh,
okay.
And then,
whose face is it?
the book.
Is it like a face we recognize, or is it just like a
No.
stranger's face? Okay,
It's a stranger's face.
Okay. Is it
The
like
book,
Hannibal Lecter?
the book is called "What's Happening to Me: An Old Hag's Guide to Puberty." And within are all kinds of diagrams and charts of a girl's changing body, hag etiquette, what those strange urges and dreams you've been having really are, and what to do about them, as well as spells and recipes for making something called a heartstone and something called a soul bag made from human flesh.
Guys, this letter, horrifying. It says, Samia, by now you should have awakened to your true nature. I wish I could be there to answer all your questions, but this is no place for women like us. And as I'm sure you'll soon find, they're too fond of fire, but we are stronger than they are, and they cannot always see us for what we are, and that we have an advantage. Your father, enlightened though he may be, will be of limited use. I've instructed him to find you playmates to practice on, people who won't be missed. And I leave you this book to help you on your way, as it once helped me. It's a bit patronizing, really, but bear with it. It will teach you the basics. Don't you dare touch the Baron. He's mine. Once you have made your first soul bag and heartstone, once you have figured out how to satisfy that hunger and have grown confident in your powers, come find me in Mordain. I will teach you everything about yourself, about our coven. There are things we can do together that you will have never dreamed of in darkness, mother. I think the face is Loris.
You.
I think the wood can't have been Samia. It has to be like a fake out.
Yeah, that's a good call. Hmm.
Samia, some kind of hag? Is that what the book says?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it sounds like they're hags.
So does anybody know about hags? Like, what kind of hag are we talking about here?
Well, we know that there was a woman with a hag mask on here tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's important, but tell me about this face. You I missed that part about the face.
There's like someone's face.
There's a human face. It appears to be male.
Okay, that's not Laura's space.
And
Actually, I don't know. I didn't meet Laura.
This is true.
just on the table or something?
It was next to the skinning equipment. It looks like it was spare from creating the bag.
Mm.
Leftover face.
But the bag's gone, right? It's not
The
here.
bag's there too.
No, the bag's there.
Oh, detect magic on that. Is there magic in here?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the bag and the glass stone are both magic.
I think that might be a heartstone, according to this
Ooh.
letter.
Okay.
I don't know that I know what that is. Is there a roll I can make? I know there are hags in the unapproachable East, but
You can probably find, if you're reading through that book on A Hag's Guide to Purity, to puberty, not
Yeah.
purity, very different.
yeah, not for hags.
You can find out that like night hags need a hagstone that they need to make.
Ooh, and they give weird nightmares.
Mm.
Ooh. Oh my God, the Baron married a night hag
And he
and
doesn't
now has
know.
a night hag daughter. Okay, who wants to tell him that? Because it's not me.
So
This
you
history's the
let us
worst. I'm
respond
not
to
going to
that.
get a good
Not it.
chapbook out of this.
it's possible Laura figured out the stuff and she's the one doing all these things, and she might have turned Samia into a block of wood.
I mean, is that the worst thing if she's actually a night hag?
Exactly. Laura may be just trying to survive.
Living in the walls. Did you hear like scratching in the walls?
Maybe Laura can turn into a
the,
rat.
the scratching in here. Are we
Go ahead and roll.
I keep almost clicking my persuasion and getting really excited. 16.
23.
Okay, you do. Between the two of you, so you hear scratching. You're like, hey guys, scratching. And then you hear, it's actually like directional. You're hearing quite a bit of scratching. Like there's rats, not only like one rat, but like 50 rats. And like they're all moving through the walls of the house in a certain direction.
I Eldritch Blast the wall that they sound like they're behind.
All right. Describe what that looks like.
That's direct approach.
So I whip towards it, and there is this bright white energy crackling in my hands. It looks a little like lightning. It's admittedly not as impressive as Artemisia's lightning bolt, which someone is bound to say. But it rolls at 23.
All right, so you blast a hole in the wall, and you see hundreds and hundreds of hands like roaches just crawling across the wall, and all like going a certain direction. And you hear a screaming echoing from somewhere in the walls of the house.
Oh my God.
What
It's
direction
big
are they
enough
going?
for a human to slide between the walls if they want to.
Oh my God.
I'll try.
Cast all the hands.
Okay, I guess we're going in
follow.
wall
I can-
with the hands.
Yeah, I think
Artemisia's going to be a wolf for this. She's a skinny wolf.
so Storm's gonna cast like Wall of Force, and I think that he can create the panels and put them between the hands and like where we go, so there's no way that they could like come in and reach us unless they can cast Disintegrate, in which case we're boned. Like hundreds of Disintegrate casting hands. Oh my God.
I feel like if Cecilia sees Artemisia turn into a wolf, I think this time she might be like, maybe me too. I might do it too. And then
All
I
right,
go with her.
what are you guys doing?
Turning into a wolf and going into the wall.
Crawling.
Wall
So
of
two
Force.
wolves, a wall of force against the wall with the hands.
Yeah,
The
just
hands
to
look
keep
a
them
little
contained.
squished, but they're still like
Just to keep
inching
things
along
contained.
beneath the wall.
Rogar's the perfect height, but he's rather broad, so I'm a little concerned he might not fit. So maybe he'll try to follow, like, listening and running in and knocking on the wall, running room to room, knocking on the wall, like trying to follow their progress.
All right. So you guys are going through the walls and you're going to follow their progress. Rogar, it leads you to the dumbwaiter. And you hear like scritching and stuff going down from the dumbwaiter.
Oh yeah.
And the rest of you, this is a really creepy, awful experience. If you haven't, there are hands that keep trying to lunge at you from the wall, but are held back from the wall by the wall of force. You
Right.
see some of them in the places where the wall is tighter, like just trying to pull themselves along by their fingernails sometimes snapping. And you hear like rage from someone deeper in the walls. And so you end up inching yourself sideways in this dark space. And eventually, who's in front?
I think Artemisia went first.
Yep.
Oh, so
All that inhibition is gone. You're like, yes, let's do it.
you see two black eyes open in the darkness that look as if they might not have slept or bathed. The person who has them has bathed in a week. And they have hands that are swarming around them, almost like they are carried on a wave of hands.
It's Laura. It's Laura.
All right. Do you want to take an action?
So she's going to stop and growl, and then like see what direction where this person they're being carried, where they're being carried.
You see them moving forward and down.
You follow?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Actually, so beast speech, she can tell Cecilia.
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay. So she's going to describe what she just saw.
Okay, we should go, and I think the guys will follow us. I think.
Coming. I'm coming.
Yep.
Just go.
But
All right.
Further back.
What are you doing, Rogar, at the dumbwaiter?
I guess he'll climb in the dumbwaiter, kind of make sure that he feels it can support his weight, and then probably just like try to climb in and.
All right, you
Lower
start doing
himself?
that. You have
Okay.
a hard time because hands start gripping on the dumbwaiter cords above and trying to pull. So go ahead and give me a roll.
17 plus 1, 18.
All right, you're strong enough to pull past disembodied hands that don't have anything to anchor on, which is great because you're able to grind the dumbwaiter all the way down, and you get there just as you see a pair of wolves, or a wolf and a coyote, right?
Boy wolf.
Coy wolf leaping through from a narrow, very thin piece of two walls into a larger room. Like it's a basement littered with all kinds of broken things from generations of owners. All right. I'm
The
going
way you
to,
said that makes me go, what kinds of things?
we don't have time.
No.
As long as it's not going to be bodies.
No. Okay. No, not bodies. So go ahead and give me initiative rolls.
Oh, come on. I got 11.
I got a 6.
Yeah, 6 for
Ooh,
me too.
17.
Oh, good. One of us didn't stink. Search.
7.
Oh, man.
Well, fortunately, this is a bottle episode.
Stong
so
is in the
we all
back.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So top of the order was Stong, then Artemisia and Cecilia.
I had a
What's it?
6. Is that really?
No.
No, I
Was
had
it?
11. I had
No.
11.
Okay.
So-
Rogar,
Then Sturge and Cecilia.
then Sturge and Artemisia and Cecilia. Do you have a preference as to which one you go first, or you just want to switch it up depending on the term?
Well, your dex is higher, so I assume you go first. But
Great.
if you have different house rules, we can do different.
I mean, if one of you wants to go first. All right.
Do what's going on.
So, Stong, somehow you are fast enough that despite being probably one of the last people out of the wall, you are first. You see a woman. She has short red hair, black pits for eyes. She looks like she might not have slept or bathed in a really long time. There's something wrong about her face, almost as if she's undead, but not. And she's riding on a wave of hands. And she
Oh my God.
definitely looks like she wants to attack you. You also notice the walls are covered in dolls. They're clay dolls.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Glass dolls.
Yeah,
They don't
definitely
have
Laura.
hair on them yet, but wax dolls.
Everybody
rat
look around.
dolls.
There's got to be a clown down here too.
Right?
Yeah. So despite her aggressive demeanor, I feel like Stong still has like a little bit of a question mark in his head whether we could like save her versus like destroy her. So I think he would drop his wall of force like in the holding back the hands, and then recast it like on her as like an orb around her.
Okay. So remind me, does she get a save? I believe she does.
No save.
No? Okay.
No save. Immune to damage, can't be dispelled by dispel magic. A disintegrate spell is the only thing that destroys it instantly.
All right.
It lasts for 10 minutes, and that's it.
With
So
your
she could wait it
concentration.
out. Yeah, she could wait it out if she wants.
All right. So you cast that, and she looks quite angry. It's her turn now. She is still stuck in there, but there are thousands of hands. These hands, you see a wave of them come out from the wall behind you where they were, and they all join together like army ants, and they try and all grab and wrap around your body.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Give me a dex save.
Okay. Stong is pretty dexterous, so his save is going to end up being a 20 total, 14 plus a 6.
All right, you just barely squirm out of the fingers that are grasping and pulling and trying to hold your hands. It looks like they're all concentrated on your arm, like they kind of want to pull your arm away from your body. But you managed to get out from it.
Are they drawn towards the
make a
clay hand?
concentration save.
Okay.
Since there's a bunch of hands pulling at you.
Are they drawn to the clay hand?
They seem mostly drawn to your other hand, the one that looks like them.
Oh, okay. 19 total.
All right, so you're fine. And your spell is still up. Does anyone else want to go? Oh, wait, no, she gets another attack. Another wave of hands comes out towards, not the wolves, because they don't have human hands. It's less interesting. So they're going to come out towards Rogar.
All right.
Hands swarming out, and they're grasping you, holding you, pulling your arms out from your body, trying to bear your wrist. Do a dex save.
Yeah. Oh, it's a 20, but it totally rolled. It fell off my thing. So oh, 16 plus 17.
All right, you are not fine. So fortunately, at this point, all that happens is that you are just covered in hands. They are all over you. You might have intended on having hands all over you earlier this night. This is probably not what you had in mind.
Rogar, no.
Oh, no.
And so you don't take damage, but you are restrained, and your hand is being pulled out from your body, and your clothes pulled away from your wrist.
Oh.
All right, who's next? Sturge. No, Rogar, it's your turn. You can try and break free.
Would I be able to cast the spell?
Does it require gestures?
Yep. Oh wait, no. Yes, it does.
Then not that one. But if it's a gestureless spell, then yes.
Bugger. All right, so no.
You can
so
try
I
and
guess all I do is try to struggle free, I guess.
Do you want to try and do it with dex or strength?
Or I could do I have a spell like Word of Radiance that just basically causes damage to anything that's on me. Basically.
I mean, that's
what you need.
Sounds good.
All right.
Hope Dara is watching this.
Word of Radiance. All right. It's a cantrip. So today's Word of Radiance is mellifluous, and it does a Constitution save versus 1d8 radiant. The hands do, I guess.
I can tell you right.
Much... Yeah, go ahead.
I can tell you right now they fail.
Okay. All right. So 5 points of radiant damage.
All right. So 5 hands. No, 5 points to all of them. Correct.
Aye.
All right. The hands fall off of you. It looks like it did a nice amount of damage to them.
I roll briefly.
All right. Sturge.
So is there a wall of force around the woman?
Yes.
There is. Okay. And all right, first thing Sturge's going to do, because his hands are his instruments, he's really not happy with this idea of losing them. he's going to hide.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I cannot penetrate a wall of force. So definitely gonna hide. And oh wait, he does that. Yes. First, he's gonna do this. He can do that later. He's going to make a suggestion to this woman. He's going to say, "Call off your hands and let's talk. I think we may be on the same side here." This is a suggestion spell. It is, and his DC is pathetic because he had brain damage, but is 14.
She makes it, unfortunately. She also doesn't seem like she's going to speak at all. She doesn't seem to make very many human sounds.
Right. Now I move away from the hands and hide. I'll
All right.
roll my hidey roll. That
You
was
get a
my-
+2.
Oh, I'm still shady. Okay. Go ahead to the next person while I try to find my character sheet.
All right. Next person is Artemisia.
Okay. So she's going to try dispel magic again and see, like, because maybe it'll only, well, so first she has to be a half elf, because she can't, like, do magic with paws.
I mean, I think Eric said no, but you could say yes.
Well, Sturge is really excited about something.
I know. I want.
Dad said no. Go ask mom.
33 stealth.
Wow.
All right, so you
Yeah,
hide
that's
so
pretty
well,
good.
Sturge, go.
the hands walk over you without noticing you.
Who's Sturge? I don't even know who Sturge is.
All right. Artemisia, what's up?
So she's going to turn into a half elf again. And will that take her whole action?
No, let's just say no
Okay.
because it's more fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, cool.
And so she's going to try to do dispel magic. And she's not quite sure, like, if that's going to be like one hand or if it's going to be like if she can hit a whole like area of them. She's going to aim it like towards an area. And if she gets one, then she knows, like,
Are you trying to hit the dolls?
The hand.
The hands?
hands.
Oh, okay.
So just to be clear, the wall of force, none of us can attack her through it.
Yeah. So basically, magic doesn't go through it. The only things that can like affect it is like you could use things like a teleport or like a misty step or something. You know.
So you're saying
you
I
can
can
see
step
through
in
it.
there,
Yeah, if you want to have an
Misty
epic
step in there.
one-on-one.
mess her up.
Yep.
So-
Or dimension
table.
door.
So Artemisia, it says on Dispel Magic, choose one creature, object, or magical effect. So
Oh,
you can
okay.
affect one of the hands if you want.
See, one just doesn't seem like it's going to do any good. So, sorry, I had that planned out, and then I have to rejigger quickly.
You want me to
Um,
go? Just you want to swap out, or
Yeah, you go.
and then I don't know if this maybe we can do a team move. Okay, so I'm gonna change. Actually, so how big is the room? That's a better question I meant to ask. If I cast a sickening radiance with 30-foot radius, are we all dead?
Let's say no because it's more fun.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do that then, and hope that I don't regret not casting my armor on myself instead. Okay, so I cast that, and it thinks I cast 2 spells for some reason. I didn't. So sickening radiance is you have to make a Constitution saving throw, and it's an 18. Everything in the radius has to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, sorry, but it's when their turn starts there.
Oh, okay.
So a bright, kind of eerie red light spreads out over the floor, with a cold, snaky mist over it. It looks like blood. Kind of.
So anyone who's at the boundary of the room, like where you guys came in, is fine. But if you step in to close the distance with her, you will get caught in this.
Yeah, accurate. Don't step in the red light, guys. But if somebody wanted to knock down that dispel magic, and
Artemisia.
hand wrangling monster. I'm just saying.
So I think that really she's going to ready an action for if the wall of force comes down. because like most of the stuff she has is not like great for individual hands. I mean, she could like lightning bolt through them, but like that seems like really overkill.
I mean, it's kind of cool though.
I mean, okay.
Is there overkill in this situation?
There's a sea of hands. Do what you need to do.
Yeah, so she'll just like zap right through like
All right.
a line of hands.
All right, so we said 40 feet, right?
There was a 30-foot radius, so
Right. So
whatever your heart says.
Yeah, it's like a 60-foot diameter.
Yep.
It's crazy huge.
Big basement. There's lots of storage.
it's huge. There's so many dolls. So many dolls.
Oh,
All right. So is there, let's save on that. Is there save?
Yes, for half damage. And I don't have all my little damage guys out yet. I'm really behind.
Oh, they absolutely fail. They're just hands, you know. Not very perceptive. All right. So you cast this spell. What does it look like as it goes and sizzles through a whole line of hands that just start like crumpling to the ground like skeletal blackened things, like little spiders almost.
So Artemisia's, it looks like natural lightning. So it's not quite as bright white as Cecilia's is, and it's a little bit more sort of like thin, but like just like wow, really powerful.
So there's like a very linear line of dead hands now, basically.
5 feet wide.
Artemisia's lightning is like, it's not white, it's eggshell. Antique.
All right, stung.
okay. So Stong saw that his buddy Sturge tried talking to her, and that failed. He also sees that Cecilia like cast her sickening. So he's gonna turn to Cecilia and he's gonna say, should I drop this wall now?
I think you should, man. She's just gonna keep sending hands.
Okay, I kind of feel bad for her, but
I feel
all
bad
right.
for her too. I feel really bad for her. But at this point, she is sending a sea of hands at us.
I guess I have no choice. So he drops his wall of force and lets her be. But then, so he drops his concentration, and I guess he's. Does she have anything metallic on her?
Oh, sure.
So he's just gonna drop a silence on her area.
Okay.
To make it so she can't cast something. So that's going to be 120 foot.
So we won't hear any horrible screaming when the radiance takes.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Unless she has really good constitution.
Yeah. So
It would be great.
All right. It is her turn. Is there anything else? All right. So the sickening radiance. Remind me again. It was 18, correct?
It's an 18.
So I actually rolled really well both times for her and the hands. However, the hands still miss because the hands only got a 16. She rolled a natural 20.
Wow.
But that stays up for rounds, right?
Yes,
Sickening radiance.
Stays
Okay.
up as long
So,
as I keep up. That's
so you still have a
18.
shot, but she, what you see her do is she takes the hands and you see her just using them as like almost a shield against the radiance.
Whoa. Okay. Well, all the hands that fail take 18 points of damage and a level of exhaustion.
So basically, you clear the room of hands and you can see that the only ones that are left are the ones that were behind you and the ones that are behind her in the wall that goes on. So like the ones that were all in that sphere, like, yeah, none of them have 18 hit points. So speaking of the ones behind you, she is going to go for you. And so her hands that were behind you, you are not a wolf anymore?
No, I am not.
Okay, they go for you.
Is this a spell out of curiosity?
No, these are just hands trying to manually grab you. Yeah. So go ahead and give me a dex save.
No, it's a 6.
Oh.
All right. So she manages to get all these hands. They start pulling your hand out. She starts coming towards you, and you see she has a really strange tool. It's two wooden things with a wire in between it, a very fine wire.
Oh dear.
And she is going to come over to you and start trying to saw your hand off.
Oh,
my God.
no, Cecilia.
What? So this is the
So when I guess she doesn't, because she's coming at me, so she doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity.
no.
Okay, just checking.
All right. Rogar. And this means she's outside the radius.
Oh man.
You need to calm down. I cast calm emotions on her, and so calm emotions. She makes a charisma savings throw. Otherwise, it makes hostile humanoids indifferent.
All right. She rolls 17 plus 4,
Oh,
Oh,
21.
My
Sure,
hand
that
chopped
saves.
off.
Yeah, that saves. Oh,
I'm
well,
actually-
it was worth
sorry,
the
she's
effort.
rolling
because I
really
chopped
well.
Stong's hand off. I know.
I forgave you. I ate that cupcake, so I forgave you instantly.
All right. You notice that she seems like she's harder to affect than a normal person. So Sturge.
So she's pretty close to me now,
Yep.
right?
And she doesn't
Okay.
know you're there.
Right. Mr. Whippy's gonna pay her a visit, and Mr. Whippy is his rapier, and that will be a sneak attack. So, yes. Question?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 13 is the attack. Unless I have advantage. Oh, I'm hidden, so I do have advantage, right?
Mhm.
So it's a 23.
Also, there's someone else right there.
Right. Okay, so
Hi.
it's 12 base
Just trying to
damage.
saw off
Oh,
Cecilia's hand.
he's also casting Booming Blade as part of the attack. So it's a total of 26, and if she moves next round, the Booming Blade gives her another 1d8 damage. Now he's going to disengage and get the fuck out of there.
You
All right.
spent it already, Steven.
What did I spend?
Your F-bomb.
Your F.
Oh, sorry. I didn't say it. I just effed it. I just said
Oh, I'm
that.
sorry. I'm getting tired.
All right. So she's
Going
looking
in, yeah.
incredibly damaged at this point.
Finish her.
Huh?
I was telling Artemisia to finish her.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say that Sturge skewered her hands in that shot? Just went straight through her palm.
No, because she's actively doing something with him, so it would be hard.
Okay.
But if you rolled a 20, I'd have given it to you.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
He just took it through the kidney.
Fair. All right. Artemisia?
Okay. So she's right near Cecilia, isn't she? As far as like lightning bolts go.
As Cecilia's hand is slowly being sawed off.
Wait, am I taking damage?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It's just ready.
Gotcha.
So I had two thoughts, not to metagame, but one is Storm Sphere. She can put it over the sickening radius, and the sphere itself won't get anything, but she can have lightning come out of it, and that just comes to one person. The other thought is Dimension Door. She could try to grab Cecilia, and I don't know if she could get Cecilia away without damaging her hand if she's if Laura's got stuff around her hand.
There would be a risk of that, or taking her with you.
Whoa.
So I'm going to go with Storm Sphere, which I have written down because it's not in the thing. But Cecilia, Artemisia has done this before. It's a 20-foot radius. So she's going to place it basically on the sickening radiance. So it's not getting any of her friends. And then lightning bolt from center to one creature, ranged spell attack. Which is pretty good. That would be a 25.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit.
Okay.
How much did you do?
46.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Not only is she dead, like she had like 6 hit points left. So like she's really, really dead. You feel the like tingle of the lightning through the steel around your wrist as she like fries into a crisp.
Okay,
So I'm going to wrap this with getting us to your ending of this.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you what you do. Tell me if I say anything that you wouldn't do. But I'm going to guess you're going to go upstairs. Sammy is better, and they have figured out. I assume you tell them what happened.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. One thing. Sorry. Sturge. Can we retcon that Sturge grabbed the soul bag and the heartstone?
Yes. So Samia says, like, oh, I'm so sorry, Dad. I couldn't help myself. I have this hunger. And the dad says, I knew this day would come. I only wish your mother had been here to help you. Let this be a lesson to you. After you steal a person's soul, you have to kill them. They're not meant to deal without souls. They lose all sense of reality and become, monsters. And she says, yes, Daddy, I promise. I'll always kill my victims from here on out.
Oh my
Good
God, I
girl.
wanna go home.
Your mother would be so proud.
Okay.
And then she
As a half orc who has an adopted daughter who has talked about stealing souls or sacrificing souls in the past, Stong is definitely going to remember this as like a parenting note for the future.
And he says, you must be very concerned, but don't worry. In this world, hags, that's just what they call people who can steal the souls of people who, but they can only steal souls from those who endear themselves to the infernals. So it's all bad people. We're practically doing a good service, ridding the world of horrible people. You should thank her, really.
Insight. Insight.
All right, go ahead.
Is that legit? Is that person really?
Roll.
Okay, rolling. Sorry, it's so slow. 7.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, he gave you displacer milk cheese.
Come on, man.
Seems all right by me.
Drogar.
Okay.
Drogar. You
Why?
detect evil here. Is there evil here? I can't tell.
I'm afraid to check because like I have a date in the sauna and I don't want to like ruin that. But let's see. I mean, I can detect evil, but it doesn't detect evil. It detects if there's undead and stuff like that. So
we'll find a night hag and we'll find out there's a night hag.
aye. So no, I'll just say no. And sorry, Sturge, I didn't have that.
No,
ability.
that's bullshit because we read in that thing that to get someone who wouldn't be missed. It wasn't get someone who's dabbling in the infernal. That's bullshit.
But her
Okay,
parents
well-
did die in fire, and
She's quite crazy.
like their house burned down. Like I heard about this house in like it was a Rouge Verem or someplace like that. I heard this story about this like house that burned down after someone made a pact with an infernal, I think, or something like that. So it's entirely possible.
Baron's
all
like,
I'm
that
saying.
happens.
I sense a reference. Is Dara around?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we should find Dara.
Did you write it down?
Who's Dara?
So Dara is the person who's been writing about all your exploits. And she's like, oh, that was amazing. Oh my gosh. The way that like you lightning bolted all of those hands, the way that you like stabbed her right through the kidneys. And oh my goodness, the way you flirted with that man you saved. And the way that you were an ant was so cute. Oh, and yes, like I noticed that you had a really sick radiance going on.
No.
Sick
I
radiance,
feel like
bro.
you're patronizing me.
Did you not want that? I missed any kissing if you did any.
Oh
Please.
my
let me know. I'm just kidding. I wrote about how you solved the mystery. You will get a non-romance focused chat book. Would you like me to send it to you?
I don't want to think about anything you do, Dara, okay?
Are you still willing to kiss the posters for the children?
I am not kissing any posters for children.
Oh,
Shit.
Cecilia.
Oh, Cecilia, like,
Or the children, Cecilia.
I mean, this is really weird, but like, you seem like so upset. I
I
mean,
am so upset. I don't know what is going on with Sarshan. I don't know what this is, and I don't know how to do this, and I don't need a whole plane of people watching me mess up.
But
Can we go home?
I would like to bring a chapbook or two home with us.
Ooh, I like that idea.
stop
All
it.
right, you can find
I'm gonna go eat the rest of the cheese until we can go home.
Tara is happy to give you chapbooks. Is there anything you want to do before I do our closeout that takes you back? I'm assuming Rogar has maybe plans, and we can say
Also Artemisia.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go eat
Artemisia.
cheese in a sulk while these
Hi.
two are
I guess just
Cheese.
give each of us like a moment, I guess, and then we'll.
Yeah. So Artemisia, let's start with you. What do you do?
So she goes and finds Astian, and basically is just like, sorry that my sister was really protective, and I'm glad that it wasn't you who put the doll in my pocket. And so I was hoping maybe we could have a little fun, because that was fun, and I need some fun because of my other bad experience. So yes, maybe.
So you have a. Do you want to describe what happens? You can come up with what happens if you would like.
I mean, she would be all for going to a guest room if he's into that.
Great. He picks the lock on the nicest room in the house, and you guys have an excellent night together. All right, Rogar, you sounded like you had plans. Do you want to tell me what happens?
I go to the sauna and you know, and I share passionately, verbally, my love of Sharon Lar and her doctrine of life and love and everything, and I start to get the sense things are moving in a, you know, an interesting direction, and I catch like, you know, a reflection of myself in like a pool of water that's there to splash on the rocks, and I see my little thing that's to remind me of Ruin, and I'm like, wait, this is not me. If I'm gonna like you know, have this experience for the first time, like, well, you know, with another, you know, guy, like, I should be with Ruin. So I realize this is not me. So I like drink the little black vial of stuff.
And all your bad memories come rushing back.
Poor Rogar.
Oh,
They make the good memories sweeter.
He seems a little concerned whether you're okay or not, and offers to go get a medic.
oh, I'm all right. I just I have some thinking to do. But it was very nice to meet you. I hope you'll spread the word of Sharindlar. And I need to go. I need to be with my friends now.
With that roll, you know he's going to spread it.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who wants
Double
to go
entendre.
next?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'm gonna go sit on the floor in the cheese room and eat cheese samples.
Guys, you realize that the cheese room is linked to a wine room? In case you want both.
Wine with some cheese and be really annoyed that a whole plane of people is reading my private and probably watching me mess up. I hate that.
This is reminding me of like my favorite episodes of Supernatural, like the meta episodes.
The Samulet.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go home.
All right. Which Sturge and Stong left?
Sturge is going to find that woman with the skull. And he's going to say, so I'm told that night hags in this realm are a force for good. They only steal the souls of those who have dealings with the infernal. Is that a load of hogwash, or is that real?
I mean, it's kind of like vegetarian vampires who only eat animals, right? It's a choice. It's a lifestyle.
I see.
It's a lifestyle.
Interesting.
How devastating would it be for such creature to lose its heartstone and soul bag? They'll just make another, right?
It would be pretty devastating depending on how well established they were.
Thank you. I'm going to go find the daughter. And I'm going to say, convince me that you're truly a beneficent night hag.
I'm 16.
Oh.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you
I
what.
kind of want Cecilia to go talk to her now, but I already made my choice.
I tell you what. It seems like you may be what your father says you are. And I apologize for lifting these from your secret room. I think they're yours, aren't they?
She takes them quickly and is like, oh my God, I feel a little weird that you were touching that.
Yeah. I get that a lot.
Why did you get that?
All right.
Okay. Moving
Bye
on.
now. I'm gonna go find my boyfriend.
Good luck to you. Could you tell me where I'd find some more of those chapbooks that woman wrote?
God, Sturge.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them in the library.
Good. You wouldn't
We have
mind
the
if
full collection.
would you mind if I borrowed them? I mean, they're easy to come by, right?
Oh yeah, go for it. They're all over the place. I swear every bookstore has them in stock.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get all of
Nice.
them. Sturge is gonna go up and find every single one of them, put them in his backpack, and say nothing of it to anyone.
All right. Stung?
So Stong saw that on the invitation that this is Thieves' Night, and it's a night where many people wish to steal things. And whatever they steal and can get away with, they can keep forever. So he's brought like tons of his sheet music with him, and he's loaded his pockets and all the places he can, like his clothing with it. And he's just going to like casually stroll around the party and just like try himself like looking target for people to steal the music from him.
You notice when you go back to the banquet hall that they're playing some of your songs.
Whoa.
They've already
Nice.
stolen my music. My work
Yes,
here
you
is
notice
done.
some are missing.
He's very pleased. And I guess to cap off the evening, when he has just like a couple of sheets left over, he's gonna go over to the murder victim who survived, and then he's gonna gift him. He's gonna sign it for him.
You mean the one that was getting busy with?
Oh,
Oh yes, I think he's in the sauna. You'll find him in the sauna.
You might.
Um,
Let's say you find him after Rogar leaves, looking sad. Yeah.
here's your consolation prize. It's not as good as Rogar.
Nothing's as good as Rogar.
Yeah.
Aw.
You can't tell a lie.
Yeah. Well, see you later.
The sauna hides his tears. Right. So as the sun's first light begins to redden the horizon, you feel a familiar fizzing sensation in your bones, tickling up through your body to the crown of your head, taking your awareness with it. And when you're next aware of your surroundings, you're exactly where you were when the invitation spirited you away to the Baron's mansion. Anything you gained in the experience lost, anything you lost restored, as if it were just a dream, except you've got this itching sensation on the back of your neck, almost as if you can feel Dara scrying you, taking vigorous notes, sketching the first lines of a new chapbook starring the Irregulars.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yay. Sorry we went so long.
Thank
Oh,
you
that's
for
all right.
sticking around, viewers.
Yeah.
Once again, that was our special episode of Thieves Night with our guest DM, Susan J. Morris. Susan, if people want to find you, where should they go?
SusanJMorris.com or at Susan J. Morris on Twitter.
And she has lots of cool stuff in both places, so check her out. I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm going to remind you, check out our sponsors, Idle Champions, at idlechampions.com.
I've been Rhiannon Held, and thanking moderators tonight. I saw some earlier that I don't see now, so I'll just thank them all. Seldering, Shay, Doug Meyer has joined us as a moderator, Player
Welcome,
Red,
Doug.
and Snowy Wolf.
Hi, I'm Yang Wang. Check out the charities that we support below. And we have an extra life special session coming up in about a week and a half from now, where we will be raising money to benefit Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So please check out our page and consider sponsoring us.
Go on Eric's page and buy us the bonuses so we don't die.
Oh yeah. There are
Yeah.
You
real
get
good
cool
bonuses.
incentives by donating. That's what I mean.
And we're going to play Aaron's Dragonborn dating game.
That's
so that's
right.
gonna be
You can play
excellent.
Dragonborn dating. You come on my page and you can buy secrets about the different suitors. You can also buy fake secrets so we can mess with
Oh, that sounds fun.
Awesome. I've been Stephen Merlino. You can also find our past videos on our YouTube channel, linked on our Twitch page below. Be sure to click subscribe to support us and the bell to get notified as we add new content.
I'm Randy Henderson, and thank you most of all to all you for tuning in. Thank you for all the bits and the subscriptions. You know, we do it for the love, but the money keeps the lights on, so that's always nice. And we don't have chapbooks exactly, but you can go to our website and see Shay's recounting of all of our past adventures. So even better. So check that out, www.dungeonscrawlers.com, and we have lots of other great bonus material and stuff there too. So with that, we'll just say, stay scrawly.